All right, testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. Hey everybody, excuse me. Hope you guys are all having a good afternoon here. Sorry I'm a little bit later on tonight. I had to go do a lot of stuff in Seattle, and it definitely took a large chunk of my day away, let's say that. But I got my suit fitted. They're gonna fix a bunch of parts of it, make sure it all fits me perfectly, and I'll probably have it by the 21st or something like that, a couple more weeks here, so I'm kind of excited about that one. But hope you guys are all having a good day here. Loki's hiding right here because he wants a treat, so say hello to Loki. I'm gonna give him one right here. It's behind my cigar box, but yeah, he comes rushing in. Let's see. Oh, hello. Oh. See, he's not as patient as he used to be. He used to be so nice. And then there's the dirt on the shirt. I forgot I let him outside before this. Oh well. That's the dirty paws. Yeah. Well, that was a good way to start the evening. But he's happy. He's wagging his tail. You can see him getting butt scratches. He's having a good day here. Yeah. Now he doesn't know what to do. Yeah, there you go. Remember, I've been in Seattle the whole day. He has not been happy at all. But now he's all chill because I let him play outside for a little bit. Yeah. Good. There you go. You can have one more peanut butter treat. Yum, yum, yum. Yeah. Yeah. It smells like freaking dirt over here. Yeah. Well, at least he's happy now, right? I know you guys can't see his tail, but it's whacking. Yeah. He's having a... Oop. Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah. It's a good day. You good now? You relax a little bit? Yeah. All right. Hey Villarat, hey Evil Killer, Island Time, Perry, Casper Coin, there you go, Casper's been going crazy, and hey James, hope you guys are all doing well here. Sorry, get the slobber off of my hand here. Wipe it off of my nice clean khakis that are no longer clean, but we'll do laundry tonight. No biting, no more biting. Now he's looking for a bite because he wants to play. Alright, so a few things for today, everybody. We're going to be hanging out with Loki a little bit more, of course. I'm going to be popping open a cigar. I got my case right here. I'm going to be opening up in a few minutes. Bitcoin, what happens if Bitcoin breaks out? Is Bitcoin going to break out? Our dollar cost average portfolio, how is that doing right now? Everything from... Oh, I don't know. You know, some CNBC news, some crypto slate news. Arkham, I want to see volume flows. Now that looks like we actually had a really good day with volume inflows for the Bitcoin ETFs. And all of that good stuff I would say here for today. So let's get started here. I'll open up a cigar maybe in the next 5-10 minutes. I need to get some... Oh, I left my whiskey upstairs, but I'll drink whiskey tomorrow. That's okay. And hey, Sebi. Is that how you say it? Sebi? Hope I said that right, man. Hope you guys are all doing well. So, I'm just going to keep on saying this at least for 10 seconds every time I start a stream here, just so you guys know what's going on. And actually, for me, let me do this right here. And I think that still works out pretty well. Yeah. That way you guys can see just a little bit more here as far as the stuff on the side. So we know that target level is still 72,359 and 72 cents. That's what we're trying to break out above. I'm going to swing all the way over here to the 4-hour chart though. Everything at this point is still relatively bullish. We have that change of character. We have that break of structure. We're breaking out above all of these levels of resistance and we're in a good spot. If you guys recall, yesterday the price target that we were looking at was basically around up here, this zone. It's pretty much reached. I forget the exact price target that we had, because we were buying right down here, right? And the target price was probably... It's probably 71,200 or something like that, so we barely made that one. Or it might have been 70,200. I don't recall exactly which one it was. I would say for breaking out, it might be up there, but again, we'll leave it there. Anyway, though, ended up going up this morning. That's what we were talking about. Before I go any further, I am starting to do more of these videos at 12 p.m. and 12 a.m. So I did put out a video last night at midnight Pacific time, 3 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, where I talked about this maybe going up during the pre-market activities, basically when the market opens up, and we actually had that big boost there. So I'm hoping that we can try to do something similar here going into tomorrow, where we're looking for some more opportunities for some higher plays here. Anyway, so on these smaller time frames, we're still looking good. The daily time frame, we're kind of iffy, I would say. Things are still looking pretty good. Overall, they're still looking fine. I'm just hoping that we can actually break out above this level of resistance. That's the only thing I would say that's bad about Bitcoin right now. Everything else is looking just fine. The monthly chart still looks good. The weekly chart still looks good. The MACD and RSI are still a little bit not what you want them to be. But again, if we have the breakout, that kind of fixes all of that. And then from there, we start going up here towards $100,000. And we can start to sell off a lot of the tokens that we've been buying. The thing about this is if Bitcoin does break out here, guys, over the next few days or even next couple of weeks, if we continue to consolidate or do something else, let me pull this up right here. All right, so if we did actually break out here and we did start heading up to $103,000, I think there is two real crazy options that could happen here, because I'm pretty confident we would actually hit this target up here. Because we've been kind of worried about inflation, interest rates a little bit more than normal here, especially over the last few months. And I think by the time we break out, I think we're going to be kind of okay with everything that's going to happen. So we'll probably be pricing in rate cuts somewhere in September. I wonder if we're actually going to have a rough time getting through this, or if we might consolidate for 1 or 2 weeks and then keep on blowing up. And that turns into what you guys might call that parabolic moment of Bitcoin, where we just start ripping and ripping and ripping and ripping, breaking through those all-time highs over here, and we just keep flat out going for a little bit of time. So if you guys are on that more aggressive Bitcoin train, I would still say that $174,000 can be in play. It's just not where I'm looking to sell off the majority of my crypto. I'm going to be happy if it hits up there, but I'm still kind of like, I hope it does, but I don't know. All right. Now, on some of the smaller time frames, before we start looking at some other stuff here, because you are going to see a lot more stuff, Bitcoin's at a level of resistance right now. It is still bullish. It is still trying to go higher. It is going to have to try to hold this for maybe another half an hour at the earliest, and then we should get a push up here to try to take us back up towards maybe 71,300. Basically just breaking out above this level of resistance. You can see this very small trend line right here. That wasn't too small, right? Maybe if I even went on a 1 minute chart, it would show up a little bit easier. Let's have the magnet open. There you go, right? And we're just waiting for a breakout on this. You can see it flirted with it right here. Wasn't able to confirm that breakout. But it's still moving in the right direction. I think that's what we're hoping for right now, is that Bitcoin actually will make somewhat of a subtle move upwards. Let's go back over here very fast. There we are. Now, with Bitcoin being so bullish and everybody hoping it's going to break out, that does lead us to kind of wonder what's going to happen with a bunch of these other altcoins here, because Bitcoin goes up 1%, a lot of other stuff's gonna go up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6%. And I think we do have some options here. Let me go over here to coinmarketcap.com before I do anything else. And let's go back over here now. So you see Ethereum, it's still, let me go to the weekly charts, probably still the best. We're still at this massive level of resistance. We're still at this big level of Fibonacci resistance. There's a lot going on here. However, if we back this up just a little bit, let's plop this here. Right, I'd say this is probably a good one to go to as well. It wasn't as useful right here, which is why I don't normally use this when I was using the other one. But if you guys are looking for another level of resistance as far as, Ethereum is concerned, I would really have that price target up here towards 6,600. So 6,632. For me, I'd always go a little bit below that. So maybe around $6,500, $6,400, which is a crazy move from where Ethereum is right now. Again, that's like a 73% move. That'd be absolutely massive. It should take some time to get there, but I'm not too overly concerned with that, to be honest. And what I wanted to do here is, I don't have my phone on me, but I was going to check something, but oh, there's my phone. No, I left it upstairs. I was going to put my headphone on, listen to some music, but I'll live. All right. As far as Solana is concerned, I think this is probably something that you guys are really watching at this point in time. Another breakout opportunity, just like Ethereum. It just seems like Solana has been more popular over the past few months than Ethereum. I think Ethereum has been able to fight back against that, which is why you saw that huge move upwards. just because of everything going on with the ETFs. And I think we should have some more news coming out sometime this month, and that should still be a catalyst for Ethereum, if you ask me. And I'm hoping things continue to go a little bit higher there. And hey, Steve, happy to see my man. What's right here? I can't see. Uni is making a comeback. Oh, there you go. Sorry, the little logo thing with the 100s, the little emojis, they always block whatever people are saying at the last message. But I'm doing well today. I spent a few hours up in Seattle, got some dinner up there, and I got myself fitted for that suit. So they got me the suit on, suspenders, vest, everything. The vest was a little wonky. It wasn't as long as it's supposed to be, so they're gonna recut it for me. And then I got the shirt. The shirt was fine. The jacket was fine. They're gonna tailor it up, to make sure everything looks just a little bit better on me now that they see it on me. And then they're gonna tailor up my pants. I got my trousers, everything. Pretty nice. But I won't get the suit until the 21st, I believe. So it's still gonna be a while away. But things are looking pretty good today. But yeah. Oh, geez, my phone's going off today a lot. There you go. Turn it off. There we go. All right. But anyway, things are looking good for a lot of different tokens here. Bonk, Bonk is making these higher moves here. I'm trying to go to tokens that are moving today. Go to these 5-minute charts. Miro's on a good path here. Bonk is moving quite a bit. Whiff is making a good move here today. Floki's still going crazy at this point. I mean, absolutely insane. Any more meme tokens? Mog and Turbo, some of the smaller ones, they're actually having bad days here. They're down about just a couple percent. Not terrible, but you know what I mean. Jasmine's taking a cooler after a really big day here a while ago, so just a little bit of cooling down. Nothing too crazy. When we talk about that dollar cost average portfolio that we had, maybe if I zoom in here enough, you can see it. Maybe. No, maybe I should go over here. There we go. You can see it right above the Blowfin ad right there. $496. Or nap around $500. So it's getting better and better and better here. I only got $207 available to actually invest in this, and I think that's probably more than I actually have in here. Just because, again, I put like $500 every week in here, or about 400, maybe even sometimes 300, depending on how I feel about the market. But with the more money you make, the higher this goes. You see how this is slowly adjusting, tick by tick by tick. So I like to keep a little bit of extra money here just in case I'm over leveraging myself, or I don't want to have some bad money management skills here. But I think things are looking okay. I'll toss in another $500, I'll say, on Thursday. Maybe Thursday morning. That way it actually gets in there and I don't have to worry about any waiting maybe 10-15 minutes before the stream. And then we'll be looking for some more tokens to buy into as well. I'm also going to start a different dollar cost averaging scheme, I think, on another exchange. I think I'm going to have another one where maybe it's just $500 and we see how high we can make it over the next 2-3 months, maybe. That might be interesting. But I got to find the exchange. Maybe it'll be... It might be CoinW, because I know I've been talking with them. So maybe CoinW or something like that. That way I can show you guys multiple portfolios here. And then one more with Blowfin as well. That way we have 3 different portfolios, each with different things. And we can kind of see how they move along. Because these things have, some are green, some are red. All of a sudden, now we're looking pretty good. I'm in look at, Bonk right now. Bonk's up 105% since we bought this, or from our average, I would say. If only we bought a lot down here when it was crashing down hard. Now we're back up to these old highs, and things looking pretty good for us. But if you look at, let me see, what's the highest here? I only see that Bonk. 12. I mean, True's doing okay. That's up 199%. Oh, excuse me, 99%. Excuse me, not 199%. Yeah, this thing's still moving up pretty well. This one actually got a really good price at the bottom here. True token. It's up 8% today, 9% today. So up $510, guys. Dollar cost averaging is definitely working pretty well here. But I will say it was a pretty abysmal experience because we were down $1,000 at one point before we're now looking to make some good money. And if Bitcoin breaks out, I mean, that's going to go up by thousands, not just a few $100, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, which is going to make my life really easy. Only thing about this account I would say that's different, the TradingView or the Fairdesk one, is that this time, when we were looking at this portfolio that I built out, there was a lot more money being invested in meme coins this time around and less in AI tokens. I think with some of these other tokens that maybe haven't gone up as much, you may see something like a Ajax. Let me go to the daily chart here. They haven't necessarily fallen off a cliff. They did at one point, but they've just been steady and they haven't taken that next step up. So I think when I maybe have this CoinW account tomorrow or Thursday, What I'm going to do instead is I think I'm just going to add a lot of them into maybe a more AI friendly portfolio where there's less meme coins in there, more AI tokens, and maybe we can have an AI token at 2x leverage, a few of them, and then maybe some Bitcoin, of course, just to keep everything kind of stabilized. And then if they have anything really crazy as far as low market cap, we'll try that too. And then the same thing there with Blowfin. I really want to head more into those lower market cap tokens. They seem to be in a good range here. We can still buy them up. You know, they've still had their large moves, but if you can find some of the lower market cap in AI or meme tokens, they still seem to be performing, I would say, pretty well. Even with memes now, I think what's upsetting everybody with meme tokens here, and I think this applies to me as well. You know, a lot of these tokens, maybe about a month and a half ago, the market caps were so much cheaper that it made sense to actually buy into them. So look at something like a Brett coin, okay? You go over here, once it's done loading, you look at the market cap, and you see the market cap a month ago, it was $300 million. Now with the market cap, it's up over here at $1 billion. So now you have to look at those even lower market cap tokens in order to make some money. And while we did buy a lot of meme coins, we didn't really buy every single one. Now the stuff that you guys are looking for, it's stuff like Miro, Baby Dogecoin, Degen, Turbo, you know? It's a lot of these things. I'm still holding Turbo here for the long term. I'm really happy with the results. Same with Mogcoin and stuff like that. Mog's at 540. If you're looking for that cheap stuff, Apu, that's something I'll be looking at maybe, you know, maybe 20, 50 bucks, see what goes in there. Hey, Pot Obama, no, not really been my favorite. That name just seems so freaking wild. Win, maybe. Maneki, MAGA could be interesting because of all the crazy stuff going on with Trump right now. Every time he does something crazy, you know, it pops up here. Grok could be something. I mean, Grok's at under 100 million market cap right now. Snick, maybe that could be something there as well. So I think you have options. Cat with hat. I think you got a lot of options here with these meme coins, but I don't think you need to buy all of these. You're looking for the really, really tiny ones. Like, I don't want to open the Blowfin account because I have to pay all that, do all the extra setting stuff, but what do you call, there are a few, you know, low market cap ones like a Starl, Emerald that you can find on some exchanges. Those might be opportunities for some of you guys if you want to take that next step. But again, you know, they're highly risky, so make sure you put them in that high risk state. I was trying to find some news here again today, and there wasn't really too much going on. One thing I wanted to show you guys here was these two. I'm actually happy they're in the same spot. Sometimes they're not. So the House Appropriations Bill targets the SEC's controversial SAB 121 amid budget talks. I thought this was kind of interesting. So an upcoming House Appropriation budget could prevent the U.S. SEC from implementing its controversial staffing accounting bulletin 121 SAB 121. Fox Business reporter Eleanor Terrett, who reported the news on June 4th, said the bill will prohibit the SEC from using appropriated funds to implement the rule. Appropriations allows agencies to incur obligations and make payments from the U.S. Treasury for set purposes. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So even though Biden was trying to stop this bill, in order to be put into a package, you know, that Biden would have to approve, they're going to try to go around him this way, which I think is a really cool way of doing it. So even though Biden may be really anti-crypto right now, there seems to be bipartisan support for some of these crypto regulations that can really, you know, hammer the SEC to like listen to Congress and not make its own damn rules up. This story is much more of just your average story, but it kind of just reiterates the stuff we've been talking about by a day-by-day basis. Bitwise CIO says market undervaluing Washington's shifting attitude towards crypto, and I don't think they are. I think we had that big boom over the last few months where where we saw Ethereum start to skyrocket up. But I think all of you guys understand now that there are Democrats, maybe not Joe Biden, maybe not Biden, but there are Democrats right now saying, hey, we're open to listening more about cryptocurrency. We're more willing to have some type of framework behind it. And that framework, I think, is leading to a lot of good things here where people are looking more optimistic. When politicians shift their attitude, there's all this money outside of it. This is one thing I was learning at Consensus. There's all this money just waiting to flow into cryptocurrencies. You know, like there normally is. There's money waiting for any big investment. But they've been waiting to figure out, okay, when do we actually get rules that tell us how we can invest in a safe manner without having to deal with the bureaucracy? Nobody that has ever invested wants to deal with the bureaucracy. It's just part of the way that the world works. So when these rules are in place, I think you're going to see a lot of money flood. Not like a little bit, not even like billions. I'm talking about tens and billions of dollars flooding into the market very, very fast, leading to some, I mean, good moves with Bitcoin, obviously, but a lot more investment in some of this, what would you want to say, this innovation. There's going to be a lot more innovation happening in this space because there's going to be a lot more money, of course, and they can hire top-notch, scientists and whatnot to keep this work up. I would say computer scientists, whatever that phrase is, but you guys get the point I'm trying to make here. Stargate, low market cap, I believe. I don't even know. I mean, Stargate. Stargate Finance, perhaps? But I don't know if that's just Stargate. It's at 133 million market cap, so it does look smaller. Let me know if you want me to talk about it or look at their website or something like that. I'd be happy to. And hey, Kim, hope I said your name right. Hang for Bangkok. I may be moving around there soon enough. Crow with knife. Guys, and Snack, yeah, what do you call it? There are tons of opportunities out there for all these meme coins, and all I'm doing right now is I'm just adding a little bit and a little bit and a little bit. Remember, I started buying Miro over here. Right now, where's March 7th? Over here, okay? And now my average is like right here. And now I'm fine with it. It's not the bottom, it's not at the top anymore, but it's doing okay. Look at the average right around here. That's about 51% profit. And you can do that over and over and over again. But meme coins have been taking off where I would say a lot of other tokens maybe haven't. So if you look at a weekly chart right here, you can see that big candle that's been moving up. If we go to some of the, the OGs in the space here, like an ape token, it hasn't made that move yet. I'm buying ape because I'm anticipating it having a move like that coming up soon enough. So I'm still looking for some of the things that maybe just haven't popped just yet, but I'm not getting out of my meme coin trades and rotating them in. I'm deploying a whole new set of capital to just rush in there because look at that. And look at that, guys. Look at that. It hasn't popped off yet. I'm hoping. I really am hoping. But, it's going to break through the 50, the 20. We're going to be looking at some good moves here. That type of stuff. Arbitrum, it's tried to. It got smashed back down after it hit the 50. But these are some of the things where I'm like, okay, we have an opportunity to see if it can go a little bit higher. I think by the time the Bitcoin cycle ends, a lot of these tokens will be breaking back to new highs here, especially with Ethereum and Arbitrum. If it just gets back to all-time highs, that's still a 117% move. You add a 2 or 3x leverage on top of that, you're still in a very good spot. That's why when I do most of these trades with you guys, and let me zoom in here just so you guys can actually see. You see how that's a lot of Ethereum is at 4x, but Ethereum, it's something that I don't consider crazy volatile, and so I'm okay with that. But it's not even up that much, It's up, what, 38% with a 4x leverage? That's not crazy. There's some stuff that's pretty much breaking even right now. There's ICP, which is still down a little bit. File token that's down a little bit. I haven't been dollar cost averaging every single one of these because I keep on adding new tokens, unfortunately. But let's go over here to ICP. ICP is down 13% with a 2x leverage, so it's like down about 6-7%. I can see these lower highs. I can see that cycle breaking with a nice change of character popping off here, and then we're off to the races. All I have to do is wait for ICP to get back above $13, and I'm in a pretty good spot. And right now it happens to be right at about $12.39. Not far at all. I just hope this can actually have the breakout, continue going higher, and I think we'll be fine there. But those are the types of things I'm talking about. Like if you guys are looking for something that hasn't moved up yet, sure. I'm really into meme coins right now. This is not something I normally am really into, but I see the money flowing in there, and I'm not going to stay away just because, typically they're more volatile. I'm just going to go in there the safe way, hold them for a long time, and I know they're going to pop off, and, lo and behold, Floki 2x leverage, look at this, up, 80 something percent right now, right? Beautiful. I didn't get the bottom, who cares? I didn't even get this bottom over here. Actually, I traded it from up here to here. It was actually pretty nice. But what do you call it? Even the Pepe trade, there you go. Bought down here. I'm waiting for a lot of tokens to do those same type of moves, but meme coins have really, they've attracted everybody this cycle. I just opened a position on IOST right here. And this again is one of those things where it's say it's very, very low. It's not looking too hot. I believe it's going to go up in the future, and I'm waiting for that type of move to take before it. You can even see where we might have a golden cross here happening over the next week or so. Start pushing this back up. It's below a penny, has a lower market cap. I'm happy to go along for that ride. That's the gist of what I'm doing here. It's not as fun, you may say, like even Book of Meme. This one's come back up. There's a lot of tokens. Like over here to Dot, Dot Dot hasn't made that big rally back up yet. I think it'll have a nice pop back up here towards $8, $9 pretty soon. Matic has not made that pop yet. We were talking about what happens if it breaks down here, right? Maybe that bounce and whatnot. It's holding up. Bitcoin will probably save it here and actually cause that support level to hold on. But even still, your short-term price target for the next few weeks is probably closer to 85 cents rather than 51 cents. Thank God. So as you're looking for potential trades, I think those ones that still haven't moved up a lot, I think they're still good. And if you guys don't know, maybe you're looking at something like, this token looks kind of iffy, or maybe the market cap's too low for me to feel comfortable. Look at stuff like a Matic, an Arbitrum, and ICP. They are still oversold right now. Even things like ID token at support haven't bounced up yet. Look at that huge move. I'm going to be going into ID token here pretty soon. In fact, do they have ID token on here? I'm not entirely sure. They do. So because it fell down so much, I mean, might as well just take a position on this probably, right? Oh, not a 20x leverage play. That would be, that'd be fun. Let's go 2x here. Let's go with $100 long. There we go. So open up that position, and then we'll just have a bunch here. Now we have a total of 37 positions opened up on this market. Well, again, we'll keep track of everything. It shouldn't be too much of a hassle. But when I see moves like that for tokens that are actually good, for instance, you guys can just go over here, look up ID token, space ID. You can look at the website, look at all that type of good stuff here, and boom, of course it's going up, but look at the market cap over the last month. And at one point it was down to 359 million. Now it's all the way up here to 429. It's in a decent spot here, but let me back this up right here. They got stuff working for them. That's all I want to see. They're making progress. They're good, and they've been shown love before. The fact that they've been shown love means they can be shown love again. Who knows how many times you have these higher lows working themselves out. That's something I'm looking for here tonight. All right, so let me go back over to Bitcoin now, just so we can see what's going on, because we're getting closer here. I know we talked about this next half an hour or so trying to break out, and I think we can. So let's see. And hey, DZ, right now it looks like Bitcoin's trying to break out. If you're looking for something more of a cool off, it'll be something that happens hard and fast over the next, 36 hours or so, if it's going to come at all. That cool off wouldn't take you that far though. So if I was to back out here very fast, what we just saw happen with Bitcoin, right, was we just saw this breakout. Breakout kind of rode the wave, and now we're going higher. We're going to get, if you want to see that cool off, you'd be trying to sell or short around this level of resistance, kind of close to 72,360, about there. From there, that cool off might only take you, really, if it's a bad cool off, back down here towards $67,000 range, and then we're going to bounce off of that and consolidate. And that's because coming up later on next week, what you're going to see here, actually, let me just get rid of all those lines. There you go. What you're going to see here on this date, right there, which is coming up pretty fast, that is your CPI data, and the day right after is going to be that PPI data. I'm usually asleep when these things come out because I fall asleep late. I usually work late, I prefer it that way. And so what I typically will do is I'll sleep in and I'll just have my longs open because I'm a longer, not a shorter usually. But if that data comes in good, I'll wake up and Bitcoin's up like $4,000. If the data's bad, we're down like $4,000, and everybody's even having a really bad day or a really good day. That's usually what I'm looking for there. But here, oh, I didn't spell that right, but that's okay. And here we go. So here's the economic calendar for this week. So tomorrow we have ADP employment. This will be a big number here. U.S. services, PMI, IMSM services. I think only the first two are going to matter here. Thursday, these are all going to matter. Not crazy, but they are going to matter here. And so I do think each one of these things gives Bitcoin an excuse to pump up here over the next few days. And that's why I'm assuming we're probably going to break out here and not get rejected. To me. However, if the news is bad, then of course we're going to get rejected. I'm just hoping the news is good here internally. And then, Friday, unemployment reports and stuff like that. But here, next week's major U.S. economic reports. This is marketwatch.com. It's a great website. I hope you guys look at this every now and again. On Wednesday, we have CPI year over year, core CPI year over year, FOMC interest rate decision, 2 p.m., right? It's a lot of stuff going on that day. The monthly U.S. federal budget, Fed Chair Jerome Powell press conference. There's a whole host of things that are going to drive the price absolutely all crazy. It was going to go crazy, but more bullish or bearish, who knows. I'll probably wake up at a decent time, maybe 9 o'clock in the morning, maybe 10 o'clock in the morning, and I'll be, no, this is East Coast time, so I'll probably wake up around like 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock, and I'll start streaming around 10, like an hour before the press conference, basically. And then we'll be talking about everything going on, and maybe I'll skip the evening stream here because I have to go to the cigar lounge for some business. Funny enough, I'm doing business at the cigar lounge. It's the funniest thing, which is not really funny, but just interesting to me. Now, yes, I'll be doing that. And then Thursday, oh no, that's Wednesday, never mind. Thursday, I don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Thursday, core PPI and things like that. You know, there's a whole bunch of big moves, and they're all happening next week. So I'm really hoping that we can manage to hold, because if we don't hold, it's just going to be another abysmal time where everybody gets panicky. Everybody's like, oh no, what's going to happen? Because again, most people that watch my streams, they're here when Bitcoin is doing very, very well. And I completely understand that you guys want to learn when to buy, when to sell, when Bitcoin's doing very, very well. But when Bitcoin's doing bad and crashing, like the mentality shifts completely. Everybody's very sad and upset. Everybody's wondering, oh my God, is Bitcoin going all the way back to like $0 now? Is the rally over? That type of stuff. And so I always I made a thumbnail for that one because people always have that question, is the rally over? But yeah, so at this point in time, you're looking to short, if you are going to short, around this zone right here from 72,235 up here towards around 74,214. Basically between, you know, those levels and all-time highs. Keep a close eye on this one because right now it's trying to pump. It's pretty darn close to that resistance level. So if you are going to try to short, you're going to be up late tonight just trying to find that spot, or you're going to try and open up a new trade with a limit order. And that limit order is going to have the stop loss already built into the trade in case it pumps and it's like pumping and pumping and pumping tonight. That could really lead to a little bit of a disaster if you're not careful there. Real bad time there. And hey, Larry, thoughts on the BlackRock and Citadel making new stock exchange in Texas? I absolutely love this. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of literally Citadel and BlackRock, but I do believe this will kind of force the New York guys to really up their game a little bit here. New York is just having some issues as of late with, like, you know, scaring off businesses. This is kind of an East Coast thing. And they've been looking to go to places. Maybe they've been looking to go to Texas or Florida, things like that. The less regulations, you name it, they've been doing it and trying to pull down more money. But, I mean, those two players, Larry, I mean, that's unlimited money if there ever was any, you know? So, I'm pretty confident they're going to have a pretty good job. They're going to do a pretty good job. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the money in New York. Does it like flow down to Texas? Are there new offices opened up in Texas? What exactly happens? Because if I was a bank, you know, you're going to have to convince your talent to move to Texas. Maybe take less pay, maybe keep the same salary. I'm not entirely sure how they would do that. But you're going to have to convince them to move down to Texas if you are going to go down that path there. And all of that infrastructure, it takes a lot of time. You know how many wires go through those massive buildings down in New York? It's a lot because all that high-speed information. So they're probably going to have to, like, I would just say build a town from scratch. Like, build a small city, metropolis from scratch and just kind of build it outward, and just buy a huge amount of land. Because I'm not entirely sure how it's all going to work out. But I believe they can make it work. I believe they can make it work. And hey, Villa, Shiba Inu is pumping up right now. Excuse me. Let's see. Yeah, it is with that. We've been looking for more things to pump, and I've been looking for this one to pump for who knows how long, guys? A while. The only thing with this, though, is when you buy it, it may look kind of depressing, but when it pumps, it likes to pump. So hopefully this thing can keep on moving here and have something of a larger play sometime going into this weekend. Hit support, bounced off, and it's been going up ever since. Let me see what else we got here. Ocean is up 1.79. I don't own any more Ocean on my futures accounts, but maybe I should buy some down the road. It's at a big level of resistance where it could break out here. RLC, I'm still hoping this one does pretty good, but you know, Ajax is up a little bit, Fetch AI is up a little bit. Spell token, this is a very low market cap token. It doesn't even follow any of the rules here. But I'm hoping this thing can have a larger move down the road. I don't even think this is actually on. This might be on Blowfin, but not, yeah, not on Faradesk here. I'll have to keep track of it. ID token. The ID token is already up 2% for $2. I'll take that as a win right now. I'll definitely take that as a win. There we are. Alright, so what I'm going to do very fast, guys, while we watch the Bitcoin 15-minute chart and see if it continues to pump up here, because Bitcoin is pumping. There we go. I'm going to open up Cigar, and let me try to smoke something. And hey, T. Dillard, happy to see my man. Oh, let's see. Now, I don't want to smoke anything that's going to take too long. You know what? I did get this as a gift, and I didn't know if I was going to smoke them because they'd already been cut. The way they were cut was kind of actually funky here, which is kind of weird. So I think I'm actually going to cut these again. Yeah, we'll see how this goes right here. I'm going to recut this. This is an Almond Texas edition. Ah, interesting. There you go. It's very very sweet. It tastes almost like it's artificially flavored. Let's skip that one for now. I don't like artificially flavored cigars, so I like them just, you know, it tastes like tobacco. Let's try this one here. Woo! The weird flavor there. Now, you know, we can actually, you know what? Bitcoin's at pop looking like it wants to break it right now. How about I save this nice cigar? Let me pull out a Southern Draw. This is a nice one right here. It's a very oily, thick one. So, I don't know if you guys like dark cigars with a lot of oil and, you know, a lot of flavor to them. Full-bodied. It's a good one right here. So, I'm going to cut this one open just like the last one before. There we go. I know for a fact my lighter is out, but what I think I can do is do this very fast. Actually, have matches. I have a lot of extra matches in here. Here we go. For those of you guys like to smoke with me on the stream. Might have fucked that one up. There we go. Nice little cigar light. And back to Bitcoin, trying to break out here. We'll see how good, if it can do a good job or not. I'll say. It's right here. And hey, Dylan, happy to see my man. I tried it too. I like this new layout that I have here. I switched between this one and that final stream one, just in case I want to show more stuff on the screen. But this one seems to give a good amount of data for it, if you get what I'm saying. And hey, Max, yeah, look at Near token. I need to add that onto my list because I just don't have it on there, but it's been really popping off the last few months. Near is one of those tokens that influencers just grabbed onto and ran with it. There was a lot of views, a lot of people searching for it, you know? Now, you know, after that initial pump, it did come back down a little bit, but I think really back over here in February, I think that's why everybody was just talking about like crazy. So right now, it's definitely come back up from the bottom. I think it's kind of in a good spot here. Short term though, you can really really see that level of support and resistance. They're pretty close by. Typically not the level you're looking to buy it at, just because again, you're not looking to buy in that middle zone. At support, at resistance, one of the two, but not in the middle here. So 4 hours looking good. 2 hours looking pretty good right now. Again, you're just looking to run up into about $7.76. Yeah, not the time to buy at this point. Let's go over here to maybe the 15-minute chart and see what's going on. Yeah, you had to change a character here with everything being bullish, the 4 hour being bullish, the 1 hour being bullish. That was a good trade for you right there. This one was actually a good trade as well. These ones, let me see. Is this back around Sunday? Oh yeah, Sunday was still bearish. Okay, so you wouldn't have been taking any longs, you've been in more shorts. But it's gearing up, so this still looks like it wants to make a push over here towards 776, that middle spot here. Afterwards, you're probably looking at it going back up here towards $8 or so. I like the move. Overall though, if you're looking for something gigantic, ginormous, we're still a little bit far away, And even typically, you might even see this consolidate a lot more before having that larger breakout. I think the only thing really keeping it from going lower here is the fact that Bitcoin is trying to break out, go to all-time highs. It'll make this thing look very, very abnormal. It kind of reminds me back of those Dogecoin days. Go over here to Dogecoin, and let's go back over to 2021. You see how we just had the jankiest of moves where it looked like it was going to fall down? All of a sudden, boom, we just start launching up. Oh, it's down and good. Everything just got kind of crazy with it. Kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Where maybe the chart doesn't look the best, but because of the way Bitcoin's going, it's giving it a lot of propulsion there, a lot of oomph. There we go. 15-minute chart for Bitcoin, still looking good. Let's hide the stochastic so you guys can see a little bit more of what's going on, but it's working out pretty well. NA Tanker, Philadelphia in the house. Any news? Just got off work. Not much news coming out today. I mean, it was the same old economic data. Good, not great. We have a new stock exchange being made in Texas by BlackRock and Citadel, as we were just talking about a few minutes ago. Larry was, and but yeah, so it's been pretty interesting. And hey, Sierra, what do you call it? The reason that I chose the number of 100,000, it's not based like out of a crazy thing, like a crazy number. So what we've been looking at is these levels of resistance here, these Fibonacci levels, like resistance, resistance, resistance. That next level of resistance is that number that I showed on the thumbnail. So it's not me making like a crazy number up. That's why it's like, I think the number I chose was like very, very specific for this one, wasn't it? Let me go over here. Let me double check my channel very fast. YouTube, my channel. Yeah, 104, 130. Yeah. So it's the number we're looking at over here. I should maybe done the 67 cents, but that's the reason that's the number there, because every time we break out, that's the next level of resistance that we've been hitting up. So it's not like a crazy YouTube number, like a million or something like that. It's just that's literally the next level of resistance that we've been looking at over the past few weeks. Because we've been waiting for this thing to break for so freaking long. And so the goal here, if you've been following the dollar cost averaging thing here, because we're only up like 500 bucks right now, which is a lot better than we were a few months ago. The goal is, if we're gonna buying up all through this point, we're gonna start selling once Bitcoin's over here, in this range, close enough to maybe 100,000, 95,000, whatever we feel comfortable with. And that closing up there is gonna move those altcoins up quite a bit. That's kind of the goal of what we've been talking about. Back to the 5 though, because I want to see if they were pumping up here a little bit more. 15 shows you a little more of a grand scheme here. $75K by the end of the week. I would say so. Yeah, I mean, that's the goal here, I would say. The big thing is, again, breaking out above that level of resistance. It's going to be hard. I would say by Sunday, you probably have a 60 to 70% chance. It's not like it's a very high, like 80, 90% chance, but it's realistic. And then I would say maybe like a 90% by the end of next week. And that's just because I assume that CPI and PPI numbers are going to be good. Well, I don't need to pull up the numbers. You've been seeing it for a while now, but Anything that really confirms that we're going to have that first rate hike in September, that causes Bitcoin to go higher and higher and higher. If you're looking for maybe an indication that we're going to just blow up very, very quickly and very soon, I might take a look at the dollar index, because we've been talking about the few different levels of resistance right there. So if I go over here to a 4-hour chart and zoom out a little bit, you'll see this basic uptrend. You know, basically when you break down below an uptrend, it usually starts heading downwards, and that's kind of when the trend shifts, you know. Well, right now, we did break down. It's been a great breakdown. It's been fantastic. It happened very, very, very quickly. However, at this point, we have one more stop before we really start going into more, you know, crazy territory where things are falling down a little more aggressively. And we have to break down below this support. We've been talking about over the next 2 days ago. What was this when it fell down here? Monday, yeah. Oh, that was no Monday 2 p.m. So sorry, just yesterday. Wow, it's weird. Things are moving fast. We were talking Monday about us bouncing off a little bit, then coming back down, and that move down here would be the breakdown. This right here is kind of on Wednesday for next week. I tried to time it, but I'm never, 100% sure. I'm like right now, I know Bitcoin is most likely over the next few weeks going to go higher than where it is now. It's pretty high right now, so that should be making it go to all-time highs. The dollar index, I believe, should be breaking down even further, and that should keep Bitcoin really on a strong move here. On top of that, if you go over here and you start looking at some of the data coming out from Grayscale, Fidelity, usually with Grayscale, we don't normally look at them buying up much Bitcoin, and fair enough, they hold a shit ton already. They don't really have to do much more than that. But I'll show you guys this. They're not selling anything off. They haven't sold anything off in a few days. Okay, that's good. Back up a little bit here. Fidelity, they buy a lot more Bitcoin than Grayscale does. Fidelity bought up like 1,000 Bitcoins today. I mean, freaking hallelujah! What a great day, right? What a wonderful day. BlackRock over here bought Bitcoin a couple days ago, not selling, but I mean 2 days ago they bought almost like 3,000 Bitcoin. So all of a sudden the ETFs are getting inflows again. Everybody's anticipating this breakout because everybody can see the same technicals that we are looking at. A nice long consolidation. It feels like we're in the stock market here. So that's what they're used to. So now that they're used to this, they're kind of like, oh, let's buy in right now before the breakout and watch some of these things move. Even some of the smaller portfolios, like an ARK Invest here, 19 hours ago, they haven't really done much today. I guess 20 hours ago. So they have a net of 150 Bitcoin basically. A net. Bitwise, again, another smaller one. They have a net of about 207 Bitcoin today. Van Eck, one of my personal favorites because they have like really low fees. Oh, this one's kind of weird because they have a whole bunch of other crap in here, like a whole bunch of gifted stuff. They got some Matic, I guess. Matic, Bitcoin. Yo, I don't think they have, oh, they bought, basically they got like 28 Bitcoin, right? So you're seeing a lot more money flow into the ETFs, which means these ETFs are going to be buying up more Bitcoin. And that's a wonderful thing. I think that's exactly what we're looking for right now. So it feels like there's a moment where if Bitcoin does manage to break out, there's going to be a really strong level of FOMO. And even Wall Street will have that fear of missing out, just like everybody kind of rallied around NVIDIA things, AI last cycle. I guess last couple quarters. Same type of thing. Everybody's afraid of missing out on this next Bitcoin rally. And for heaven's sakes, we just had who was it? The Wisconsin, this was last month, but the Wisconsin pension buys $160 million in Bitcoin ETFs. I mean, when the state pension is buying that up, oh my gosh, they're going to buy it. And because Bitcoin is so volatile, what do they have to do if Bitcoin's volatile and they're holding something as, I don't want to say sacred, but as important as, funds for retirement or pensions? You have to hold this sucker for a long time because only then are you seeing good amounts of profit. I mean, they're buying it almost at all-time highs here. Who the does that for long-term investments? Remember, guys, if you ever want to buy Bitcoin for a long-term investment and you're okay with waiting a little bit, we have that. It's called the 150-week moving average. If you buy while it's underneath that line, you're good. But there are so many new companies getting in here that they just don't know because they're not familiar with Bitcoin. All they've been trading is like, how much Google should I own? How much oil should I own? How much military industrial complex should I own? all that type of stuff. They're not really used to trading cryptocurrencies. And think about the people that work at these, like work there, like actually manage the money. They are not familiar with crypto. They see it, they're afraid of missing out, so they're putting a small amount of their entire portfolio into Bitcoin and watching it grow. But for real, underneath the 150-week moving average, or if you're like me who wants to just buy Bitcoin as fast as possible because I always have a little more capital to invest, the 100, you know? You get more time to buy, more time to buy, more time to buy. That's another strategy that you guys can use going forward too. But again, it's not the most important thing we're talking about today, but ooh, it's good to see big money coming in after us. That way the people like us that are retail, we've been in here for a long time, like years in some cases. I mean, it'll almost be coming up on a decade here in the next few years. It'll be like a decade of being in Bitcoin. Oh my God. I mean, for me, you know, for other people, they've been in already for more than a decade. But I think you guys get what I'm saying. We're really just looking for that breakout and to start surging up higher here. There's the 15, looking for a nice move there. And hey, Ken, happy to see my man. Hey, Larry, hitting my tobacco pen. I saw a lot of those pens in Austin. A lot of people were having tobacco. I feel like we're all stressed out and everybody's working overtime because you maximize your profits during a bull market and you're preparing for all those profits in a bear market by allocating all your resources, getting the money in there, and then just letting it kind of sit and wait, you know. But I mean, hey, it's working out so far, and that's why I'm going to continue this. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it going forward, but you know how we've been doing these dollar cost averages? I'm trying to think of the best way for me to do this and maybe more of a bear market scenario. Like, do we take like shorts or something, or what do we do? I'm not entirely sure because it's so hard to figure out the top of the market. And typically the only time I would be willing to short Bitcoin is once we have the 20-week crossing below the 50. And that's not even close to happening, not even close, right? Last time was over here. What a beautiful shorting opportunity that was. COVID, I mean, that's more of a flash decision, excuse me. Over here again, there was one, I just don't have the full chart here, and you can see how that worked out. You know, I'm probably just going to try to dollar cost average shorts and see how we do that. And I think it'd be interesting to see if people will actually follow me in doing dollar cost averaging shorts. It's not something we do. Again, 2x leverage, 1x leverage, no leverage if you guys don't want to do that. But isn't it going to be interesting to kind of like follow along and see how that works out? There we are. And Bitcoin's still moving up, which I think is a good thing here. And hey, Michael, happy to see my man. We're definitely pushing right now. We're definitely pushing. 77K by Friday. I mean, you know, with the buzz has been around, X and whatnot, as I'm starting to, oh, I don't even have X on here. Here. Plan B has been talking a lot about a big move coming imminently here. Is this, that's 2019, okay. You know, Bitcoin 70,000, so it begins. He's hoping we have that nice big move. He's anticipating a really large move up, going higher. The bump before the pump, all that type of stuff here. Bitcoin outlook. Oh, his video, yeah. Let's see if he has any more. This is probably one of my favorite posts of all of this or last month. How many times did we keep on knocking out $69,000 before breaking it? And now we're above it though. Now we're at 70,000, you know? So we're at 71,200. That's the level we were going to sell at yesterday. 93% of all Bitcoin is in profit. That is beautiful. Bitcoin bull market continues like clockwork. So, you know, he has a lot of good stuff. I'd always recommend watching him. We disagree every now and again, but that's only because, you know, we're different styles of traders, but I think his is very valid. It's not like, you know, he's a bad trader or something like that. In fact, I'm sorry. My bad. I'm sorry. I scared you. Scared the crap out of me. I stepped on his poor paw when he was sleeping. You okay? You want a treat? Want a treat? Okay, that make you feel better? Oh shit, that scared the crap out of me. Anytime I hurt him, I feel so guilty about it. All right, come here. Yeah, there you go. All right, you good? All right, scared the crap. I'm sorry, boy. Were you comfortable sleeping? I had to move my foot down. I got to stretch my feet as I talk with you guys. Oh, I feel so guilty now. Hey, James. What the question about the 150-week moving average? This doesn't fully show up for a lot of altcoins. What should I do for small altcoins? So, okay, when you're talking about that 150, oh, look at Bitcoin. It's going to try to go. Okay, this is we're streaming for a while here today, guys. We're streaming for a while. So when you show up on the other screen right here and I go to the 150, this does not apply to every token. So while Bitcoin is here, and if you're looking for altcoins, I would move this over to the 150 for Bitcoin. And then once Bitcoin is below that 150, I am going to be start dollar cost averaging altcoins. But altcoins are different. In my opinion, when you're dollar cost averaging altcoins in a bear market, you're really not looking to buy them unless they have a major crash and you're buying each individual crash. Because personally, altcoins are kind of like this thing where like, will they ever come back up? They may bounce a little bit, but will they ever go to all-time highs again? I'm much more skeptical, unless it's like a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and even Solana was having big issues last cycle around because of all the Luna stuff. You know, I'm much more cautious about actually dollar cost averaging unless there's a big crash happening. So a good example of this might be something like Shiba Inu last cycle. All right. You see how if you were to dollar cost average Shiba Inu as it was breaking down, you can kind of imagine the 150 being here kind of around the same time as Bitcoin. You're probably not very happy until just recently. Going over here to something like a comp, right? You're probably still not pretty happy with the results of that play. So, you know, I'll typically buy a little bit over here, and if it stops moving higher to a degree that I think is good, I just flat out stop and I hold what I have and I start allocating to more tokens here. Even Ethereum Classic here, you know, I'm not overly excited about this play at all. I'm not very happy with it. If you've been, you know, buying over here when everything was abysmal, you're okay. You're just not very excited about it. And so I think when I see stuff like that, when I'm thinking of altcoins, that really is for the large ones like Ethereum, Solana, you know, not the 150, but like you want to buy when it's at the 150. When Bitcoin's below the 150 moving average, you're more likely to dollar cost average every large sharp drop that you see on an altcoin. Like right here, I'd be buying up a lot of Solana at that point in time. Dogecoin, I'd be buying a lot of Dogecoin at this time over here, right there. Let me see if I can find something else here. SHIB, I'd be buying a lot right here. But again, you got to wait a little bit. You got to wait a while for this one too. ICP, well, ICP was something completely different. Let's not talk about that. Matic, yeah, right, there you go. You know, on these larger drops, you just have to buy some up and you have to wait. I'm much more likely to deploy capital into those lower market cap tokens a little bit newer. The newer tokens are where I saw the most movement over the last couple cycles. This cycle kind of cemented that in my brain. So I'd much more be likely to buy into lower market cap tokens that are newer rather than some of the ones that have been kind of old and kind of been here for a while. They just seem to have a lot more passion, and the technicals, you know, there's no walls there basically, you know. We have these larger moves, nobody cares, you know, this is Matic on the first time. You know, you want to be part of that. This next rally is going to be good, but it's not going to be that one. But we'll talk about it a lot during the bear market here. We'll talk about it a lot. What I guarantee when the bear market happens, I mean, there'll only be a few people watching cryptocurrency channels. And by then I'm going to use a large amount of money. I have like almost a few $1,000 saved up. I think by the time I have about $20,000 saved up, I'm going to launch one high quality video a week for you guys. And those videos will be paid by an editor. I'll try to make the script myself, and they'll be the quality of some of the financial gurus. So like, do I still follow these guys? Like this guy. Like this guy, Andrew Jilk. You know, why fast food prices are out of control. The real reason. I'd make a video like that, like this. Not necessarily the Dame Ramsey stuff, but I'd be making content like this, generally, to kind of get me through the bear market, because like, I get bored in bear markets because all I'm doing is like buying. I'm not really selling. You're just buying. You could be day trading and doing some shorts and stuff like that. That's all good, and, you know, good to go. But typically, you know, as far as YouTube is concerned, I got to find a way to get more people watching when the market is not very exciting. You know, just those simple things for YouTube. And that way I can keep on going to events, keep having fun, all, you know, all that good stuff. But I'm basically, I got like $5,000-$10,000 saved up right now. I'm almost there. I just have to like, remember this is like, I'm putting my own money into it. So a little bit different than like the YouTube money. And then I'll be able to put out a good video maybe once a week, you know, and that'll be that. And maybe on a Wednesday or something. I don't know, maybe every Saturday. I don't know when you guys are usually free. YouTube actually tells me when you guys are free, but it doesn't give me enough information. So when you guys watch YouTube normally, audience. You guys are usually up around like in the morning time, and you guys are very quiet in the afternoon, which is funny because if I stream in the morning, nobody will watch me, but if I stream in the evening, you guys will watch me. So I don't exactly know if this is true or not. I believe because so much of my content is heavily focused on my 24-hour streams, I think a lot of you guys like the 24-hour streams to check in on the charts, see what's going on, see if you guys should be buying or selling based off of the technical analysis done on those ones. And then of course you come back later on in the evening to see me and talk. But I think because so many people look at those streams in the morning, it just feels like nobody's watching in the afternoon. But I know you guys are here. You guys, right? So stuff like that. Yeah. Right now my channel's in kind of a weird part because I'm putting out so much content as I kind of gear up for larger stuff here, that I'm running out of notifications. So if I go over here and I do like last night I said Bitcoin gonna dip and rip, and we had the little dip and we ripped, right? But what happened is, if you can see these views right here, oh, I can't show you. All right, you see how it doesn't say anything about notifications? It's because I'm posting too many videos where it won't notify you guys, which is bad because I want you guys to be able to see it, so it gives less impressions and stuff like that. So I'll keep track of it, but yeah, it's definitely something I have to figure out here. Do I want to post less, more? I kind of like whenever I see something, I'd rather just post about it. You know, I know some people will have like a Telegram page, and I have one of those, but I haven't been posting as much. So maybe I'll make a Telegram. Maybe I'll do another type of Telegram group or something like that. Maybe I'll partner up with somebody to have a Telegram group. I'm not entirely sure. Franco, he was a Doge guy last time. They run up to SNL. Oh yeah, I mean there's so many Dogecoin people that so many influencers that were born out of Dogecoin because everybody was talking about it, right? Hey Dylan, yeah, very very good dog. I am not a good owner for stepping on his foot though. Treats fix everything for sure. Oh man. Guilty was the verdict. Treats is what the judge gave him. Yeah, what do you call it? Loki's He's a nice little dog here. He's a nice little dog. He's not even. No, he's not even by me right now. I was like, I'm done getting stepped on right now. And hey Franco, why is he streaming so late? Is he in Dubai, Singapore, or something? Oh no, I'm in Washington State. It's like 10 o'clock my time. I stream late. I'm not late. Let's say too late, but I don't like to stream early in the day. Nobody watches my streams. You know, I think creators like maybe a Crypto Wendy or a Tom Crown or a, a lot of those, they have streams like they have that time block locked up. I don't. I've just never liked streaming early in the day and in the morning because when I first started this channel, I was still trading a lot of options at the same time as cryptocurrency. And now that I haven't really been trading options as much because I'm kind of more invested in cryptocurrency, it's just more fun, more interesting to me, more lucrative to me. I've just kind of been like, okay, yeah, late night works for me. It kind of fits with my schedule. I don't have to worry about a whole bunch of stuff. The daytime is for me spending time with my dog, taking my grandparents out to dinners and stuff like that. You know, living my life. At night, you have fun looking at cryptocurrencies, smoking cigars, you know, having a good time. I work late. I enjoy the stream time. I appreciate the evil killer. You start as I get home. There we go. Night Owls. Oh yeah. I mean, there's people that watch me from all over the place. What I'm going to try to do eventually is I've been talking to a couple brand managers at exchanges, you know, like Faraday, Blowfin, CoinW, all these new exchanges that are sponsor the channel here. And they're telling me that like I need to check out some of the European streamers to see how they do, because I don't think, as me being here in Seattle, I don't think YouTube has actually shown me any European crypto traders. You know, maybe they're speaking German so it doesn't show me, or maybe they're speaking French so it doesn't show me, or Spanish or something like that. I don't know. But I have to believe that there are some out there, at least in the UK, that are talking and stuff. So I'm hoping to meet some of those guys here pretty soon. I've met people in the crypto industry from England. I just haven't met any content creators, influencers from England. So I need to find out who these people are and ask them, you know, how do people like it, you know, out there? Because I assume people way over there in Europe are also watching the channel as well. Actually, I know they are for a fact. YouTube tells me they are. All right, there we go. All right, so let's take a little bit of a break here and let's see what's moving up. 15-minute chart. Let's go to the oscillators here. Auto. Let's go to the list here. So Ethereum is kind of more sideways right now, it looks like. Yeah, definitely more sideways. Bitcoin looks to be the big bearish move happening right now. Solana. Ooh, Solana. I mean, Solana's looking pretty darn good. Can't deny that. Solana's looking good. Dogecoin making a move back up. Looks like it's been more rocky for Dogecoin as of late. Whiff. Come back up a little bit. Same type of thing as Dogecoin. Bonk. Still more sideways action. Trying to make a resurgence here. Not doing a great job of it, but it's doing a good enough job. Mirror up a little bit again after a really nasty move. Looks like you're seeing a lot of tokens that had really bad moves over the last few days. They're starting to have a little bit of a resurgence here. This is STMX. Had a big pop. This is just a big level of resistance, isn't it? That's why. It'll be able to close above this on the daily perhaps sometime here. Book of Meme. Sheeb. Sheeb's trying to make a push for it. But at least over the last few hours, you can see some of these things having some really nice moves. Pepe, Floki. I mean, Floki's a magical thing right now. Milady token. Alright. Anything else really popping off? I see ID tokens moving up a little bit more here. I bought some of this a while ago, but I don't think I bought before the pop. So yeah, my ID token's pretty much breaking even right now. And that's fine, you know. I'm holding it for the long term here. Anything else I see? Ajax is up a couple percent. And, you know, my favorite Mog and Turbo, especially Turbo, that's coming down here a little bit. Turbo is actually about to hit a support level here. I wonder if it's worth buying. You can see that downtrend is a pretty simple one. As soon as you break it above that, I think money's going to start flowing in because Turbo's still only at like $450 million market cap. It's not that high here, so. Alright. I was actually kind of disappointed in GameStop today. I saw that it didn't really do anything. So I'm wondering if this thing is going to be able to keep popping off or not. Because that Roaring Kitty guy put a lot of money into it. And I don't. It's probably making him a good amount of money, but you know, it's probably not making him a crazy amount like when we have days like this where GameStop is down 5% or something like that. And hey, Maddox, Crypto Lifer is on at TradeFi open every day. He definitely gets a lot of the morning crowd, which I'm in. Oh, I definitely believe that. Yeah, he's posting a lot. I see him on Twitter, you know, a lot, and he's let me see if I can find him. Now, speaking of smoking cigars, he moved down to Florida. Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! He's doing it right. Maybe I should smoke more. But what do you call? It's a good way to go. Trust me. As somebody who has some money, smoke some cigars. Like, here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Ignore the crooked Davidoffs over here. But these are all premium limited edition Cubans. They're really good. They're very high quality. Some of the bands are off, like this, one of them is from 2020, so I gotta remember which one that goes on, because I don't want to put on the wrong one, but yeah. I blow a lot of money on cigars, let's just say that. I blow a lot of money on cigars. And so, I feel like Crypto Lifer, he would understand that the blowing of thousands of bucks on good quality cigars, which I have to say, does do very, very well for my business efforts when I'm going about and talking to people around, like at the expos. Who doesn't want a free cigar? Who doesn't want a good quality cigar that's free? You know how many people I give their first Cuban, you know, just because they're a nice guy. Well, I have to vibe with them. They have to be a nice guy in order to get my Cuban. Otherwise, you know, not worth it. There we go. That came out wrong. Keep my Cuban. Get a Cuban cigar from me. But yeah, he's done pretty well. Is your bathroom a flex? That's what, when you move into a new house, you're always happy about all that type of stuff. Let me go over here to Bitcoin and see if there's any talking about it here. Bitcoin up at 2,000 bucks last 24 hours. Beautiful. BlackRock bought 270 million Bitcoin today. There's going to be a FOMO here. There's going to be a FOMO. It's going to be great. Nvidia, Bitcoin, gold. Oh yeah, that's a good one right there. Normal people, I need toys. Me, my shoes are fine. I need more Bitcoin. No, I'd get more shoes. I'd get more shoes. You know what I need more meme coins. Much more meme coins. When you start to understand Bitcoin and instantly start questioning why the rest of the world can't see it, this is the rest of the world. Oh, I don't know. It's probably some woman talking about tea, perhaps. I'm not even sure. 800 million in Bitcoin ETF inflows already today. BlackRock bought 275 million, Fidelity bought 379 million, and ARK bought 139 million. I mean, what do you call it? This is great, guys. So we're a lot of the money that's going to propel us is going to be from Wall Street. It's not going to be up to us to like throw our last $5 into Bitcoin to get it to break out. It's really going to be Wall Street money really plowing through those walls here, which is great. Every single time, 500 days, 500 days, 500 days, 500 days. I don't know how he's doing this here, but what do you call? Yeah, that's kind of arbitrary, but I'll take it. I'll take it as an optimistic sign here. There you go. Oh, so, okay. So the total net inflows here was 885 million. Let me retweet this here. But you had Fidelity with the 379, the BlackRock with the 275, the ARK with the 139. But on top of that, you had Bitwise with another 865 Bitcoin, and Grayscale with 400 Bitcoin. Oh, that's interesting. Grayscale is buying up a little bit more. Third highest inflow day since launch, which is insane. This must be a wave, I assume, but it looks like a sand wave, if that makes sense. So there you go. All right. Michael Saylor, yeah. Bitcoin to the moon. Okay. I feel like we're getting some optimism here. And I think that's a really good sign for what happens next. There we go. Is it possible we dump and we all go into GNM? I don't know what GNM is though. Oh, GME. Oh, no. I mean, there's always a possibility Bitcoin can dump. We've been doing it for the last few months here. We grind up really high, then we just get slammed back down. That's always a possibility. It's just we haven't had the inflows supporting us like this time. But yes, there's always that possibility. As far as GameStop, I feel like it's a little bit separate at this point because hedge funds aren't YOLOing into GameStop. They're YOLOing into freaking Bitcoin, which is kind of crazy if you think about it. But they're buying into Bitcoin. They're not buying into GameStop. And GameStop so far really hasn't had the best of rallies as you would expect it to. And I think that's because GameStop really hasn't had the highest short float like it did before. When you talk about those stocks that have high short interest, the Faraday one, this is, if I was to buy anything for a short pop or a short squeeze, it would be this one. I told you guys this like last week, a couple weeks ago when GameStop originally went off, that was going to be it. I think it's been doing fine so far, but everything else, you know, it's okay, but like, where's GameStop in here? If it even is in here. Right here at 24%. You know, it's not that one over 100% squeeze, you know, short position. It's not over 100% this time. So I don't really think it's going to go to all-time highs or anything crazy like that. Not at all. I think it may go up for maybe a week, maybe two or something like that. But really, I'd much rather be in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency right now rather than just being in GameStop as a whole. NFT, yeah, what do you call it? I think it's because America is usually pretty going to sleep around this time. Asia's waking up, Asia's taking their profits, and then we kind of rotate into the next day for the stock market, kind of juicing everything back up with more economic data. And frankly, that's a good point. It's definitely a little bit different than the stock market. Everything's a little bit easier to trade and hold. And, you know, I think it's more realistic than the penny stocks, to be honest. I don't like, you know, at least it's not over the counter. Can you imagine over the counter, like paying like $6 every trade? Beer is very, very good. If a cigar isn't good, prime, don't smoke it. Oh yeah, what do you call? Hence why I didn't really smoke that one. I don't know what it is about this one. This one, now I've never smoked this one before. I got it as a gift. I gave a Cuban to a friend. He bought some of these for me, but it's sweet. It has it's sweet to it. I don't like sweet cigars, and so I usually don't smoke them. I'm not entirely sure though. It looks like a Texas brand though, because it has a Texas state on it. No bueno. Yeah, not good. Was I ever into vaping? No, I don't. My brain doesn't like vaping. Vaping gives me really bad headaches, so I've just never been into it. Like I will vape and my head immediately starts hurting within like 10 seconds. I get a headache. So I've just never been into vaping. If I vaped weed or something like that, it'd be like in the form of like if I did weed, it'd be gummies or pre-rolls. Never vaping. Vaping hurts my head so much. And, you know, I heard my friend says, okay, that means you just got a cheap thing. So try out this really expensive one. And one of my friends would have a very expensive one. I try the expensive one that's supposed to like, you know, not be made of really prime, you know, components and whatever. Still hurt my head. And I just never got into it. Oh, Michael makes a good point. This is be right before London opening too. Hey, NFT here. If you're worried about us breaking down, that short-term support level is going to be right down here towards 70,100. If we break down below that, that's where I think we start coming back down here towards the 69 levels. Resistance turns into support. You know, keep an eye on that one, I would say. Because again, I'm not in any rush because again, we're so close here. We're so close. Sometimes when we do break out above these levels, like let me go back over to last time we broke out above this Fibonacci level here. You see that? Shake out. See you later, fools. I don't know why it happens like that. I have no idea. But it's just the funniest thing in the world. Like, we're all ready. Everybody's so excited. We all have our longs here. We've all been waiting for so long here. Maybe some of you guys have day trades during this time and you're waiting for it to go up, right? Then what? The whales come in, they're like, let's get these bastards out of here. Boom. And then what happens is after it pops back up, the people that sold right here, they're chasing it right here, you know, after taking the loss, then buying back in, and then they're able to make some money off of it, you know. But it's just the craziest of things. Like, let's go back in time a little bit more. I think I have enough data in here that allows me to, because with my premium membership. Let's back up. Let's back up. Oh no, I don't have enough. All right, maybe a 30-minute chart will give me enough. So that's the one we just talked about. Let's see how this one did before. This one did a little bit better, I would say. We had a few drops, but I don't think this one was nearly as dramatic. We just kept it going up. We had a shakeout, but I think that one's a lot better right there. I think that one's a lot better. It's a lot better right there. But yeah, so, you know, don't be surprised if there's some tomfoolery around these levels. But yeah, it's always a hoot. That's why I've just been dollar cost averaging. And that's why I like to show you guys what my portfolio looks like, though. Especially when I do this one with the 500 bucks every week, because I figured like most of you guys probably aren't buying in at 500 bucks every week, but you guys have some type of level. Maybe it's 20 bucks, 50 bucks, 100 bucks, something like that, where you guys feel comfortable putting your money into cryptocurrencies. And so that's why just a few weeks ago, when we were looking at all this stuff, I was like, hey guys, I know things looking pretty bad. Look at my account. You guys can't see it now, but you know, it's down $1,000. It's not the best. Trust me, guys. I know. But I'm still going to keep dollar cost averaging because I believe that Bitcoin still hasn't reached the peak for this cycle. And lo and behold, I mean, we're only at 500 bucks now. We're hoping to be like up like 10, 15,000, honestly, by the time this ends. But, you know, holding it seems to have worked out yet again, rather than just trying to time the market and say, oh, now it's going to go up or now it's going to go up. It's very hard because we're so much more susceptible to all the economic data going on. Because every time CPI data comes out, PPI, or the jobs reports, or GDP data, or Jerome Powell goes up and talks, it affects Bitcoin way more than it really should. And the fact that we kind of understand that, I think, is a huge reason, or huge motivational factor for me saying, hey, instead of me just trying to time everything with all these big economic calendar dates, why not just buy, because we know eventually it's going to go up, you know? And now I am paying extra fees by having leverage on it. I think it's like what is it? You guys probably can't see it, but it's like 0.01% or something like that every 8 hours. Oh, 0.031% right there every 8 hours. You know, that's fine by me because, again, I'm still profitable here. And then, you know, some of these other ones probably even more. Like, what's a Floki here? Or a Bonk. Let's go Bonk. Bonk is 0.01%, so that's even cheaper, honestly. So, again, I'm not overly too concerned about this. Maybe Ethereum is a little bit higher because I have a Forex leverage play, but, you know, that's not bad. Dollar cost averaging, it works. See, and hey, dude, hope your son's doing well. Appendix is never a fun thing to have moved out there. Yeah, no, he's NFT hero. Michael's a really good source about this stuff too. Michael's in a lot of other YouTube channels too. He's a pretty knowledgeable guy. I shut this cigar before I keep talking. There we go. But Bitcoin's overall doing fine. Let's see. Refresh how the future's doing. So I guess what do we have right now? Ahead of the private payroll report. That'll be another big thing. Yeah, another big thing where we'll see if that's good for the economy, bad for the economy, good for rate increases, bad for rate increases, you know, interest rates, yada, yada, yada. It's all coming down to that right now. Elon Musk ordered NVIDIA to ship thousands of AI chips reserved for Tesla to X and XAI. Oh, interesting. It's a power play right now. He's going with the power play. Amazon's first U.S. labor union moves to affiliate with the Teamsters. Oh, interesting. I'm really wondering, like, Amazon, they're not going to put up with the unions, I don't think, forever. I really see them going full robotic in the future where they maybe have like one or few workers, and those workers earn good money, but there's just less workers, so they're not really paying much more of the bottom line overall. That's how I see Amazon going, because if you guys have ever been in, like, seen inside of an Amazon warehouse or been to like the Amazon Go places, I mean, they're investing a lot into their technology, Diamond industry in trouble as lab-grown gemstones tank prices further. I mean, good. I want to be able to buy cheaper diamonds. I mean, who doesn't want to buy cheap diamonds? I'm not going to buy the fake diamonds, but if I can get the good stuff cheaper, heck yeah. I don't even buy diamonds, though. I haven't bought, like, I maybe buy something with diamonds once every 5 years. And I think what I'm going to do pretty soon, guys, I think I'm going to invest in a Rolex watch just so I have one good watch. I have my Bulova, and that one's pretty nice, but that one has diamonds in it. But I want a silver watch. So I think I'm going to get a Rolex here pretty soon, which I'm really excited about because I've never owned a Rolex before. And hey, Alan, do I buy stocks? Yeah, of course I do. I buy lots of stocks. But my stocks are usually high dividend plays where I'm just kind of parking some money in there. If I'm looking for a breakout or something like that, typically I follow my normal strategy for that, which I show you guys as far as cryptocurrency. If you guys, here. If you guys go to YouTube and you guys go over to type in Smart Money Concepts, Lux Algo. This is a free Lux Algo indicator as well. You don't have to pay for it. And you go down to right here, Master Smart Money Concepts, Lux Algo in 10 minutes. All right. This video will usually off. It has ads in it. Sorry. Okay, hold on a second here. Let me get rid of that very fast. Get rid of the sound. Skip the ad in here in a second. All right. I'll give you the strategy for it. And this is the same strategy I use for when it comes to stocks. It's good for stocks, Forex, and cryptocurrency. All of them. Very, very good and very, very true. I'm not going to show you how to set it up, but look at that video right there. Literally, if I go over here to day trading setup right here, and I open up this one, that's MOG, but that should be fine. Let's just go to, I don't know, Bitcoin very fast. You can actually see everything right here at the big level of resistance that we should break out above. This is kind of what my day trading setup looks like. Mine's a little bit tweaked from this one, but this is basically it. I designed this for beginners that just wanted to have a good idea of when to buy and when to sell and not have to really try to use their brain power so much at the beginning, because you guys should be like learning how to trade, right? Let me go over here to this one so you guys can see a little bit better. I'll move that off. There we go. So typically, if you have the weekly chart being green, for instance, see how all that's green right there? I'm usually just going to be doing a lot of longs during this. If I day trade, I can short as well, but if you're looking for swing trading and like good profits, you're going to long each weekly one. If everything is green as far as the oscillators are concerned as well, everything's green, right? And during those time frames, if you see something at the same time green, when it comes to Bitcoin, you're usually going to buy. So again, we had the last buy signal over here. I talked about this. I was like, ooh, now I can buy more. Look at that. But what happened? We hit resistance. So what do? You sell. And you buy here, sell there. It may go higher, right? It may. You just never know for sure. So you're able to lock in that profit. So no matter what, you've made money. Your portfolio is now larger. Go back in time a little bit. You bought this one, you're happy. You bought this one, you're happy. This one right here. It's always weird again because you buy it. This is your stop loss. It didn't hit your stop loss, so you probably wouldn't have sold it, but maybe you did. So you can consider this one a loss. You can consider this one a loss. Now this was bearish over here, so this wasn't all set up properly, but this was a banking crisis, so give it some time. But my point is, let's say that this was a loss. Let's even say that this was a loss, this was a loss, and this was a loss. These profits that you make from here to here, if you scale out from here to here and even here to maybe up here, you know, those always outdo any of the small losses that you guys take. So if you were to implement this on a stock, perhaps, I prefer tech stocks and things like that, like AMD. Typically, you buy right there, you're in a good mood. Let's say you bought right here. Well, you wouldn't have bought right here actually because the oscillators were not in a good spot here. Let's see. Change of character. Let me see. Still good for the week though. Okay, 2 and 3 is bad. Oh, you might have actually taken an opportunity to try to buy this up, actually. I guess, yeah, you might have been. So you could say this was a loss here. But this gain, right there, potentially, we'll see what happens here. This gain is much more than any money you'll lose. So overall, your portfolio is still growing. I'm not the guy that's going to promise you guys are going to make 100%, like you guys are going to win every trade. If you guys are lucky to do that, teach me how to trade, for heaven's sakes. But, you know, by doing this type of stuff, I think you're in a better spot. And even over here, I think this one right here, this was still bearish overall on the weekly charts. So you're not doing this one, you're not doing this one, you're not doing this one. But when they turn green right here, you're more likely to take the trades and kind of rally them up. So you made win, you lost. But these two, you can see from the difference, they still made you more money than that loss, if that makes sense. So that's how I typically trade. Now, you're looking at breakouts, you're looking at news, you're looking at earnings, looking at fundamentals. ChatGPT is a great way to look at fundamentals of stocks nowadays if you don't want to take the time to read reports like I do. But, you know, you can do this with a bunch of other stuff here as well. Google, let's just not even look at the weekly charts. That one worked out fine. This one worked out fine. This one did not. Worked out fine. Worked out fine as long as it didn't hit your stop loss there, which was kind of scary, I bet, if you bought there. This one did not work out. This one did not work out. Earnings, again, avoid earnings if possible. That's kind of something you want to do as well. Even for here as well. So, again, earnings. This one didn't work out. This one didn't work out right there. You could say hit your stop loss there or there, either one. But overall, you're going to be making much more money. Oh, never mind. The weekly over here was all bearish. Never mind. But so you guys wouldn't have actually taken any trades over here until right here. And even then it was, you know, earnings play. So you might have actually had to wait for the next breakout structure here or here. But again, there's more nuance, which is why I say watch the video. But a lot of stuff here, it usually works pretty well. Home Depot, look at that up there. Look at that. You could say this one probably didn't work out. Worked out there. You could say this one worked out a little bit because they hit that resistance level, but maybe some people get greedy. And again, this is more the bearish territory for the weekly, so you're probably not even trading during all this. Maybe one more just to show you. Maybe something like a Meta. Meta has been a crazy freaking ride. You know, green over here worked pretty well. Green over here worked pretty well. And then let's say you bought over here, even though it was bearish, it didn't work out. Even still, the money you made off of these, perfect, enough. And the main goal is, even if you see something turning green right here, let's do a better example, like over this, with it, we know the weekly charts are green. Like post that right there. On the 4-hour charts and the daily charts, you can do a lot of daily trades where you're seeing a breakout structure right here, or you're seeing a breakout right there. You can buy on that breakout, look for that next level of resistance, for this case, which was all the way up here. And you could sell right up there after buying down here. And you may be only in for a couple days. But you're in, you're out, and you make a profit. And the chance that you're going to make a profit is pretty high. It's like a 90% chance. Where my strategy, I would say, fails, really fails for most people, is that they don't understand that when the weekly chart and the daily chart are off, you're not really supposed to be trading all too much. So when things are kind of more in a sideways market, like we've seen over the last few weeks, remember the weekly chart is green overall at this point in time. The daily chart has not been. You're not really trading all too much in here. You're not. You know, there's a resistance level. Not if you buy over here with a 4-hour chart, you know, you could say something like this. That's when we turn red. This is when we got out of the red right there. 4-hour chart. You know, before that, when it was still green, buy that, you're good. But it's resistance. You buy right here, you're good. But again, you got resistance levels. Buy right here, it actually worked out okay. You ran into resistance, but would I trade that? No, I was sitting on my butt. I told you guys for like this whole time, I'm day trading. Even right here, it worked out pretty fine. But again, I'm day trading. But here, when it turned green, you got to break a structure. You can buy, change your character, buy. It went up just fine to that resistance level. And what did you do? You sold again. Now, again, we're at a change of character. You might have bought there, maybe. You saw that resistance level. You probably sold right here, which is that point I was talking about yesterday. And now we're going back up again. We'll see if you sell or buy. Doesn't matter, of course. But, you know, my strategy is it's different than anybody else you're really going to find online. I don't really know many people that have the strategy that I do because most people want to be trading a lot. I don't want to be trading a lot. I want to just like park my money, have my position, be like, okay, everything's good. And then from there, make some money off of it. You know, my strategy was built off of the fact that I used to take care of my mom when she was sick. And I wanted to spend a lot of time with her. So I still needed to be making money, but I didn't want to necessarily be at the computer the entire day. So if I didn't want to be at the computer the entire day, but still make money, I had to make a strategy that kind of fit that type of style, which is kind of how I birthed that one out. Swiss made and jewel movements is the only way to go for a watch. See, I need to learn more about the Evil Killer. I'm not entirely sure like how watches work. Like here, even this is going out. I'm gonna have to relight it here in a second. When it comes to the watches that I've been looking for, I'm not even looking for an expensive watch. I mean, what I would consider an expensive watch. Like there's official Rolex. I just want one of the nice Oyster ones. Look at that. Oyster Perpetual, Explorer. I don't want to look at the. Oh, okay. Forever Ticks. Let me just go to watches. No. This is not how I remember the website last time I was here. New watches 2024. No. Okay, maybe it's not going to work out fine. A collection, tennis. Oh, there it is. Oyster Perpetual. That watch. That might be something that I'm really... I like that green. Honestly, I love that green. I love that green so much. So something simple like that. Nothing like that. Oh my God. Freaking hideous. Something simple, you know? Even something like that. Discover this model. It's like $6,400. That's fine. The variation. Get the green dial. Either that one or that one. Those will work for me. I'm leaning towards the green because I like money and green, you know? And it, like, who am I impressing with this? Nobody, you know, because I'm an influencer. I don't really have a boss or some shit like that. But, you know, either that or that. If I really want to go, like, out of the box, maybe I'll go with black. But I don't think I like black, honestly, on it. I think I like the green or the silver. So, should be pretty nice. You know, who doesn't like a good Rolex? Now let's take this in. A little bit of a flame here. A little bit of a suck. Or puff. There we go. Is it too late to buy Bitcoin and Doge? Not necessarily, but you're going to want to start dollar cost averaging it if you're not going to really be doing too much trading. You'd much rather just be dollar cost averaging those ones. I don't know what FFIE token is. Let me know what it is. I can try to look at it up for you. I don't even know what that is. What do you think about MAGA? as far as MAGA token, you're betting on Donald Trump being in the news, which isn't a bad bet if you ask me. He's every time I look on YouTube, CBS, CNN, MSNBC, Fox, it's all Trump, 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 Trump. That's all I ever see. So that's why I don't watch the news too much. I don't really care what they think about Trump. I don't really care what they think about Biden. It's just not really interesting to me. However, every time Trump comes out and he makes big news, I would assume that the token is going to have a really big push up. So like a few days ago when he was found guilty of those counts of whatever, paper fraud, I don't know, the small whatever stuff. If he was found innocent, I bet that the stock would have, the crypto token might have pumped up like 100%, but he wasn't. So it didn't happen. But, if he wins the presidency, oh my gosh, going up into that, it's going to be one of the most volatile times for that token. So you're really betting on that volatility going in the future. It's a gamble. It's a very high risk gamble. But I mean, it's MAGA, Trump tokens are all looking to be doing pretty fine if you ask me. Same with the ones I would say around Joe Biden. Now, there's not nearly as much passion around Joe Biden. And this kind of goes to more of a political talk. Republicans overall seem to be kind of rallied around Donald Trump. I would say the moderates are kind of more leery. But those moderates usually aren't the crypto holders, if you ask me. But Democrats, the more passionate Democrats, don't really like him right now because I guess of stuff going on in Gaza and whatever the stuff he was talking about. I don't know. But anyway, so, Trump might be the better option of the two just because of the way passionate people are just like throwing money at something. However, I would still say that those political coins like Trump or Biden, they'd still be pretty fun plays just to kind of say, hey, I have some of these tokens, they're going to be doing very well. Just wait till the debate happens on, I think maybe this month or next month they have a debate. When that debate happens, those two tokens, depending on however who lands the biggest blow or something, they're going to be popping off. It's going to be crazy day trading on those things. So yeah, I see they're good opportunities. Hey boy, how you doing? Okay? Yeah? You can't get another treat for a minute though. Loki's over here trying to get treats. Green is nice. That's where I see it too. Yeah. I'll donate LOL stock. Think about Matic. We talked about Matic a little bit ago, and basically it just feels so oversold compared to a lot of other tokens right now. We're hoping that's going to push up here and start going towards 85. Basically the 200 weekly moving average. Right now you can see the 50-week moving average is being a little bit of resistance here. Typically when it breaks above it, there's a lot of volatility. Let me look on the upside and the downside. It's rocking and rolling. So I assume the same thing is going to happen now, and we're going to start heading back up towards 80 to 85 cents over the next few weeks. And the shorter time frame here, you can see how, you see how we just had this golden cross here? Things looking okay? Let me move this so you guys can see everything I'm trying to show you guys here. There we go. You can see how we're still consolidating this channel here. We're looking to break out. We have the golden cross. I think we're pretty much cleared to try to make that push up here to at least 85, that range basically. And then from there, we'll see what happens next. But I'm pretty optimistic that if Bitcoin manages to break out here, it's going to be a nice clean breakout. We're going to push up. I'm not expecting some type of large move up here. This is where you're holding for weeks and weeks and weeks if you want to get back up here towards $1. Definitely possible. Just going to be holding for a little bit longer, obviously. But short-term swing up towards about 80 to 85 cents. Sorry. I think that's some like cigar ash or something on my face. And it went out again. What the heck happened to this? I might have messed up a little bit with this one. Let me get some of this extra ash out. Is that working a little bit better now? Right here. Alright, and before I light the cigar again, hey Alan, thank you very, very much for the $5. I really do appreciate it. I will put that towards the purchase of the Rolex watch. Oh, please stay alight. Please stay alight. And I'll let you know when I get it. One more should do it, I think. There we go. Oh yeah. Okay, there we go. Yeah, but what do you call them? You guys will be happy to know I'm probably going to go on more trips to expos this year. I think the only one I have set in stone, which I'm going to try to have this watched by actually, is I'm going to be going to Bitcoin Nashville. I'm going to be going there, chilling out with some people. I'm going to see if I can watch that karate fight again. I'm going to try to get a whale pass, though. I messaged the guy about it, but he hasn't gotten back to me yet, so he hasn't actually been on Telegram yet, so I'm hoping I can get access to him soon enough, but I'm hoping to go to a lot more events and show off that watch, show off some new suits that I'm getting, things like that. Gotten at 67? Oh yeah, you're in good spots though for Matic then, yeah. What do you mean? Dot? Dot's been something a little bit more interesting, I would say, over the last few months. It's definitely been kind of meh, right? Let me go over here to Polkadot if I can find it. Dot. There we go. There we go. All right. So last time we talked about that, it looks like it was that breakout. And the breakout actually worked out pretty well, mostly because the weekly chart was still in the green MACD range, which I loved. All right, but here we go. So I was hoping that this might actually work out a little bit better for us, but it doesn't seem like it is. So I'm going to adjust this to that high right there and see if this one's been any more accurate with this. Ah, and there it is, more accurate. So as far as Dot's concerned, you have the golden cross. You see the shift is happening slowly, surely but slowly. That resistance that you're looking to break out above is $7.65, basically. You know, it's technically 7.658. So you may just say $7.66 if you want to round up. But that's the level at this point in time. Once you're able to break out there, you can actually already see the order block right there. You're going to be aiming for $8.85, which if you were to buy right now, would be around a 24% increase. It'd be a pretty solid move. Even if you were to toss like an extra 2-3% leverage, I think you'd be fine. But I think for Dot, you really don't need leverage because it does move up quite a bit. I mean, look at this. These rallies when it, like not even the bottom, just kind of like this where it slows down a little bit. 68% to that peak over here. When it found a bottom over here, let's get a couple 100% right there, or 100% maybe. Really good moves. I typically like this for those types of swing trades. If you wanted to figure out where you might buy and it's safer, wait for it to break out, it'll settle down, and then you can buy it right there and wait for that move. Because I'm pretty optimistic that over the next month or so, you know, everything's gonna be breaking out, going to crazy levels. I'd rather just buy some right now and then hold. You already have that stop loss, you already have that support level right here. Might as well just wait for it to pop up there and go higher. Now, as far as some of these shorter term plays are concerned, maybe I might go to the 1 hour chart. The 1 hour chart, you're already at that level of resistance actually, so just be a little bit more careful depending on if you want to trade this or not. It's there. If it's able to break out, then you have that next level up here towards 749, and I think that might take until maybe like noon tomorrow would be the trade if you're buying right now. So you might have like a good 12 hours of trying to hold that sucker there if you're trying to do that trade right there. Not the biggest profit, but I think it's enough to like, you know, get you going. Yeah, it's 4%. That's not terrible. Even without leverage, 4% is pretty nice if you guys are, you know, used to trading. So I'd say it's in a good spot. It's definitely more bullish than bearish. It just hasn't had that big pump yet. You know, it's been kind of cooling off for the past, what, few months. So just let it keep cooling off a little bit. It'll pump out of nowhere and you'll be happy with the results there. You can even see how Bitcoin broke it, how it wasn't really doing much, and all of a sudden, boom, we had that jolt. And even right now, we're still kind of consolidating a little bit more. And hey, Lake, happy to see my man, or R Lake, happy to see my man. Oh, that's why. Okay, thanks, Alan. What do you call? I had no idea what that was for a second. It's a stock. Okay, that explains it. I know we talked about this probably last week, but let me see. Yeah, so this is almost like GameStop. It's been pumping up a little bit. Had that initial pump up. It was great. I'm looking at the returns on this one. If you just bought over here at that support, it ran up all the way over here to 9,000%. That's beautiful. Hit an order block, but it blew through a lot of order blocks to even do that. Right now, the daily charts are kind of bearish at this point. MACD, everything has turned over to the bearish side. The weekly charts, probably not even worth looking at because this thing has been coming down for so... Yeah, this thing has been coming down for so long here. Who knows? Oh no, this is the one that had the crazy split, didn't it? No, there's 1 to 3. There was a token that there was a stock that we checked the other day, like a 150 to 1 split. It was insane. But let's go over here to maybe the hourly chart. So if you're going to buy into this right now, it's still going to be a dollar cost average. I don't see the incentive really be going in heavy. What you're going to be doing is basically just wanting to have a position. So if it's able to break back out and go higher, you could probably look to sell it around that 130 level, which again is over 100% profit just because of how volatile this thing has been. But yeah, this thing still looks pretty bearish on those larger time frames like the daily. I might buy just a little bit every other day, not a lot, a little bit, and then, you know, hope that it goes up to this 100% level up here towards 137, and then maybe you scale out maybe 10 to 15%, maybe up to 50% right here. And if you really want to take it to the next step, you kind of see if it goes up to $10 plus, because again, the short float on this stock particularly, not GameStop, not AMC, not like that, on this one particularly is pretty darn high. And I think that's the catalyst that can get this thing going. If you want to see this thing go like crazy, it really is going to take a social media boom to happen. And I don't think that social media boom is happening anytime soon. I haven't heard many people talking about it, maybe a few, but maybe I'll make a video talking about the top 10, you know, or top 5 most shorted stocks in the market right now. And I'll kind of do a little bit of a technical analysis for each one of them. But at this point in time, I'd rather just be owning it. Now, it's a gamble, right? When you get into these types of stocks, it's a 100% gamble. It's like going to the roulette table, playing craps, blackjack, you name it, that type of gambling. That's what you're doing. So for these, I'd rather just be inside of it. And if it goes down another 50, 75%, you're going to have to be okay with that. So that's how much money you should be investing in there. For me, though, I wouldn't be opposed to just having some of it and having some fun. Where I think the issues come into play with this is the issues are options. So if you're trading options with this, the implied volatility is probably going to be absolutely insane right now, because everybody's like, you know, options are a separate market from the stock market. So if everybody's trying to buy a specific option, the bids will keep on chewing away through the asset. It'll get higher and higher, basically. Same type of concept. So right now everything is kind of overvalued in the options compared to the actual stock. So in order for the options to keep going up, the stock is going to have to make a really big move. Hopefully it's been kind of matching back up a little bit as people have been selling out of those options, obviously, as they've been losing a lot of money. I mean, some of these options have probably lost like 80 to 90% when the stock probably fell like 5%. Like, that's how bad the implied volatility has been here. So if you're looking to buy some options into this, the expiration date is going to have to be somewhere in August, to be honest, maybe even September. And I would have those options set to maybe $8, $10, and just kind of see where it goes. Because they're going to be so cheap, they don't cost you anything. Because remember, when you're buying options, you're buying 100 contracts. So if the contract is like the option is $1, times that by 100 to get the price of the option there. So, you know, you're going to probably find a lot of this stuff around a penny to 5 cents. You know, really, that's what's going to be. It's going to be naked calls out of the money, super high risk. But again, you're okay with the high risk because you're looking at Faraday, right? So yeah, there's some fun you can have with it for sure. Maybe what I'll do is I'll plop some money into my old Weeble account, and I'll buy some options there just to kind of play around with you with it. I think it could be kind of fun. Tomorrow's... No, I wouldn't be able to do it until Monday. By Monday, it could already be running away. Let me see. You know, when you move money into Weeble, I think it takes like a few days for it to settle. Then you can trade options. You can already trade stocks the day of, but I think it takes a few days for it to settle for options because they don't want you to go all in on options and stuff like that. But I still think it'll be fun. And, you know, dot prime to go up again. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's good to go another 25%. I think you just have to wait like a week or two for it, though. And hey, STB, what do you want to talk about WIF? Like, what about WIF, though? I'll just hold in DCI. I bought at 6.7. Oh, yeah. See, I mean, that's the FOMO, though. That's the FOMO. That's the fun. You know, and I think you're still in a good spot, though. I mean, it's not like it's a terrible spot. I mean, imagine buying it like $7, you know, that's a whole different type of feeling in the gut right there. Let me see. Okay, yeah, I'm just going to have my phone very fast, so just forgive me because I know it's never really interesting when I'm on my phone. But let me go over here. And then let me go to Weeble. Do I even have Weeble on my phone anymore? I do. Look at that. Okay, sweet. Do I know my password? That's the question here. My session has expired. God damn it. Okay, here. Email login. Oh, no, I got 5 more attempts remaining. Okay, here we go. I got my password. Look at that. Okay, so let me go over here to trades, Face ID, and let's go over to FFIE. FFIE, Faraday, NASDAQ. All right, let's look at the options here, and I want to have some options that expire. Not this week, for heaven's sakes. Let's go over to August 16th. Okay. And so the highest option that they have right now is $8. And so if you want to do calls here, that will cost you about 11 cents. And the bid is at 7 cents. Which is crazy. That spread is crazy from 7 cents, 9 cents, 11 cents. That means as soon as you buy it, you're almost like 50, 40% down on your trade, which is not good, of course. So it's very, very hard. There's a lot of people trapped in those options right now, and you can't really see it. So what I'm going to do very fast is I'll show you what I mean. And I wish I could show it here, but I don't have any of my trading software opened up. Big head, there we go. So you can't see that there. You know, when in doubt, just take a screenshot and send it to myself in an email. No, isn't technology fast or awesome? Let's send it over to this email. That way I can at least like give you a little bit of an idea of what you're looking at there. Because for me, I'm much more of an options trader. Options require you to have much more of an impact on time though, or pay attention to time. Actual size, there you go. Let me go over here to my email account, up on the side here. Pull up the cigar so I'm not smoking, or not, so it's not going out. Take the last band off here. Move my phone away from my headphones. It doesn't like it. All right, so I'll let you know when it finally gets sent over. It may take a second because I sent the highest quality photo I could. There it is. Okay. There it is. Okay. Now. That one? No, that one. Okay, here we go. Let's open this up all the way. Let's zoom in a tad. So those are the options spread for the 16th of August, okay? You see how the ask right here is at 11 cents? The bid is at 7. The bid is at 2 cents. The ask is at 19. People are trapped in here. And so what you might even do, because these are kind of cheap, you may even make a play for the $4 one, have a bid around 6 cents, honestly, and then just wait for them to sell them off, and I think you'd be okay. The big thing here is you don't want to chase. You really don't want to chase. If you see Faraday going up and something like that, don't chase it, you know, unless, again, like, if it's at 6 cents, you're really paying like $6, which isn't going to be terrible, so that's okay if you want to chase it a little bit. But, you know, understand, like, you know, it's going to get kind of wild here. You can see what the ask is like, you know, how crazy that goes. But really, if those August 16th calls, maybe look to see if you can get something around under 10 cents for this one. And then again, it's a complete YOLO, but you can hold those on. You maybe pay like $100, YOLO it. That's what I'm going to be aiming for. I'm going to aim for maybe 10 cents, 8 cents around there and see if anybody can do it. You can see the last trade that was done was done at 10 cents here. The The last one right here is in at 14 cents. So you can have that bid and somebody will sell it because they're afraid that this is going to go to zero. And so they'll take that massive loss just to, because somebody else is willing to buy it from them. Somebody else is willing to take the gamble. But what they're doing is they're buying high and selling low, which of course is good for you if you understand it's a gamble. The person that's selling right here is not somebody that's thinking long term. It's somebody that thought they could make a lot of money in 1 or 2 days and it didn't work out that way. And now they're like panicking, straight up panicking. So, you know, again, think of what these were just a few days ago. They're probably worth like 10, 15 bucks, you know, a lot higher when it was at $7, you know, because these were all in the money. So, you know, just understand that. And I think you'll be in a good spot. These are definitely going to be great. And if you really wanted to just get some in the money ones, which would be still fine, you know, you might just go for the 30-cent range right here, 35. That's okay. For me, I'd take more of a gamble because I want to see it go from like a little bit of money, like $100 to like 20,000 bucks. That's what I like to do. But you know, again, it's because it's a gamble that you can really do all those crazy things in your head. It's not trading like Apple or Microsoft or, you know, Google. You're not doing that. So that might be something that I'll do, and I'll let you know when I do it. Let me, is this still connected to my bank account? That's the question. That's really the question here. Menu. How do you put money into this account? God damn, I see it. I'm just not on top of the Weeble game here, guys. Not on top of the Weeble game. Dividend reinvestment program? No, fuck off. Fuck off. Transfers. Deposit. It is. Oh, see. Wire or ACH. So wire, that's 1 to 2 days. That means it could be in there for Friday. Oh, I'm not going to wire like that. Jesus, Weeble. Can't they just use my debit card and it'd be instantaneous? I don't know why they don't do it like that. I just dropped in $100. I'll let you know when it goes through. My fear is that it's Tuesday. If it takes 3 days, 3 to 4 days, I might not be able to buy it until Monday, which means by Monday it might have already popped off a little bit. So we'll see. There's a pending transfer. My first investment into Weeble, and I want to say about 2 to 3 years here. So let's have some fun with it. 9K shares. Oh, there you go. You got plenty in there. Yeah, you got plenty. Thanks, bro. Checking it. Won't ask again. My B. Oh, no worries, man. Thanks for like. If I don't understand it, just say the ticker, the name of it. That opens up my mind completely because I was like, what token is FFIE? I just never heard of it before. So yeah, if you just say the name of it, it'll click in my brain a lot easier. And hey, what do you call it? Options are so much fun, but they are so volatile, which is why I typically will say if you guys are going to go down there, trade something like an Apple, you know, an Apple or a Microsoft. It goes very, very well. Very, very well. Maybe we'll start doing some options trade here just for fun. Down the road. Let's aim for the beginning of July. I gotta put some money into some accounts and see how that works out because I'll probably be doing off of Weeble. That way I can kind of share it on my phone. It makes it a little bit easier. And we can kind of watch some of these plays happen. And then what I'll do is I'll get myself another I'll get myself an options flow app or website again. And we can see about using it. Maybe I'll contact the guys over at Cheddar Flow. I know there's a few websites that do it nowadays. I lost my partnership with another one because I didn't talk about options enough for them. But there was one called Whale Stream that was okay. For those of you guys like options flow data, which I think is pretty good. The whale. So they have options flow like this, which is pretty nice. Right? And then there's also Cheddar Flow. This one's pretty good too, but this one's a little bit pricier. What's the pricing on this one? Yeah, $85 a month. Let me see if I can go options flow data online. And then bar chart. Flow Algo is the premium one that's the most expensive. I know you guys can't see everything because I'm not zoomed in as much. I know this layout is just god awful. No. I like having a nice aesthetic to my thing, right? And then, oh, they've actually lowered their prices. Look at that. The market working in my favor. View plans and pricing. $149 a month. Holy no. For $9 a month. I mean, if it's for the channel, maybe. There's different rules though, so I have to contact these guys, and then I have to ask, hey, can I use this, but can I use it on my YouTube channel? That's always the part where you're like, no, yes, maybe so. That's where things are a little bit more tricky. Because these larger companies like Flowago, they're like, oh, we're too big. No, of course you can't use this. But if you buy it, maybe, you know, I'm like, fuck off. I'm really fast to say fuck off to sponsors. It just, I don't got time for that shit. Look at Roaring Kitty GameStop options calls for $20 for 621 since he put $150 million bets. Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. I would not own the exact options that he has at all because he's going to be the one that's offloading a massive amount and it's going to cause the price to come down a lot. So yeah, I'm not buying those ones at all. And hey, Cleo, happy to see my man. Would you be interested in backing me in a WSOP event this summer? You put in buy in a $600 or $1,100. We split 50-50. I don't know what that is, but if you send me an email, I guess I can take a look at it. Normally, I don't do that type of stuff, but I can see it at least. LOL, it's super risky, but the company is fighting, so I believe. Well, heck yeah. I mean, when it comes to Faraday, when they have those options that high, what you're typically going to have to do is really go into the weeds and see what exactly is making them a good company or a bad company. So here's a good example. New chat. Hold over here very fast. There you go. Okay. I don't want you guys to not be able to see Bitcoin here as it's consolidating. Let me open up a new chat and let's go over here to explore GPTs. And I want to go over here to trying to find a good GPT here. Ah, I missed it. Where's that sucker at? All right, so this is fundamental analysis. Do analysis for FFIE stock. Why is B detailed? Probably just be the best way to say that. It'll give me something here. ChatGPT is amazing, guys. If you guys haven't started using it, this has made my trading just a little faster. You know, faster. Less time at the computer, more time with my dog. And for you guys, that maybe more time with your family. Okay, so Faraday Future Faraday Future Intelligent Electric Inc. is a California-based electronic vehicle company founded in 2014. The company is focused on designing and manufacturing intelligent electric vehicles. Its flagship model is the FF91, which it aims to combine luxury, performance, and advanced technology. Let's go over here very fast. I'm here. Oh, that looks hideous. Oh, damn. Looks kind of funky. Not gonna lie. I don't know. You guys rate that from 1 to 10. You tell me what you think of it. One-on-one bespoke private AI. That seems kind of cool. Futuristic alliance. Pre-order. As a city person, I'm just oh, it's an SUV. Oh, it's a luxury sedan mixed with SUV versatility? I don't know. Hypercar performance. Okay, so it's like everything all in one. Okay. Oh, that's nice inside. 100 plus inch display. Holy shit, look at that. No, that's not 100 inch. I got 75 inches behind me. That's not that. Oh, like 100 plus inches with all 11 displays. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that's what that. FF generative AI. You know, I bet there's a market for this. I bet there's a market. I assume there's some type of market for this, right? So June 4th. Okay. Net income down 150 million. Okay. So recent developments, production ramp up. Faraday Future has been ramping up production of its FF91 model. However, production has faced delays due to supply chain disruptions and capital constraints. Capital constraints means they need more investments, which means they may do some type of offering. So if we were to go over here to FinViz, but we see some type of offering that happened in the, geez, look at that chart. Okay. No offerings. I don't see any offerings here. Okay. I don't see any. A lawsuit split. Okay, so they haven't done an offering yet. Maybe they don't want to do that because their price is below $1. I don't even think they, yeah, it might not be good. So this is a little bit off because the price isn't $3.12, right? Yeah, so. Regulatory risks. Changes in government policies and regulation related to its electric vehicles could impact the company's operation and profitability. So the outlook is Faraday Future's future largely depends on its ability to overcome production challenges, secure sufficient funding, and effectively compete in the burgeoning EV market. While the company has strong technological capabilities and compelling product, its financial instability and operational hurdles present significant risks, as you can see from the stock price, right? Investors should closely monitor Faraday's financial health, production milestones, and market developments. The stock represents a high-risk, high-reward investment in the rapidly evolving electronic vehicle sector. Okay, so more detail on current issues and possible good news in the medium term. So the production delays, financial stability, okay. Liquidity concerns, okay. Current liquidity issues, which could be an issue. The company's current liabilities exceed its current assets, that's never good, which can be problematic in meeting short-term obligations. Okay. I don't think they have to do much more R&D though, as long as they already have the car, they're working on it. Maybe they should cut back on R&D, and I'm sure they have, but they have limited resources. Yeah, competitive market. So, okay, the ramp up into production is good. Strategic partnerships. So, you know, so I'm asking what supply chain issues they're having. Let me zoom in a little bit more so you guys can see this a little bit more here. So exploring the opportunities to expand into new geographic markets. I wonder what that even means here. Is like US markets versus Asian markets, because Asia has their guys, there is a reason why Biden said like no Chinese vehicles in America. Those vehicles are going to like destroy everything that America has because they're good and they're cheap. They're very cheap. We cannot compete with that because we build America, right? Everything's much more expensive. So, okay. It's a lot of ifs and buts, though, you know. It's a lot of ifs. It's a lot of ifs. But it's a lot of ifs. You know, all I see is all if. You know, new models in the coming years. Yeah, maybe. Company has entered in several partnerships with suppliers and technology firms. That actually looks good. But you know, ramping up production. That's yeah. So let me go over here. This is the last thing we check out about it. But ChatGPT, guys, no joke when it comes to this type of stuff. Unless you guys want to go in here and do your research yourself, I don't. Semiconductor chips. AI is taking up all that. So they're bidding with all the big dogs, and they're a small dog. That costs a lot of money. Let's like see. That's like I'm a ma and pa shop, and I'm trying to serve A5 Wagyu beef, and there's a shortage of the A5 Wagyu beef, so I don't maybe have as much money to like toss into it as the large 5-star restaurants that serve it in a special way. If that makes sense. I hope that was probably a horrible analogy, but you guys get what I'm saying. Global semiconductor shortage, okay. Logistical disruptions have affected the timely delivery of raw materials. I don't you can't keep on blaming COVID-19 for a lot of this stuff here. I mean, it's freaking 2024, isn't it? Limited number of suppliers, so they need to make more contacts here. Okay. Rising costs of lithium, cobalt, nickel. Yeah. Okay. So they have a plan. We'll see how that plan works out. They're fighting, as you said. I think that's adequate. That's the right way to say it. But yeah, it's a long-term hold there if you want to try it. But for me, for now, I'm not really focused on that stuff. I'm August options, waiting for a potential boom, make a bunch of money, spend it however you want to. Honestly, that's the way I would go about it. And hey, for Mira is definitely the dollar cost averaging mode right now. It's a very low market cap token. It's a meme token here. I have about $1,000 invested in it. I'm just holding it, waiting for it to go parabolic. Nothing crazy, just holding it at this point in time. It's not looking good right now. I know. Oh, I know, but I didn't know. Like, you can see it from some of the earnings and the data that we looked at from FinViz. But honestly, it's always kind of good to figure out what's going on there, so you can kind of have a better understanding of like what they may do on the good side or the bad side there. And it seems like a lot of their issues can be solved, funny enough, with more capital, with more money. And so if they can find some more funding, secure some funding, that might be a little bit easier. And what could help them out with getting more funding? What you may say? Lower interest rates. So I think I think it's actually not as bad as you may think, but I think well, you're thinking about it appropriately. I shouldn't say that. It's more of lower interest rates will be another catalyst for it. Basically, more people will be spending money. It'll take less, less of a less money to buy it. Excuse me, I'm looking at Loki over here. He wants more treats. Here, we can give Loki his last treat of the night here. It's over here. He'll show up when you're not expecting it. Oh, look at you being a good boy. Are you a good boy? You look at me. My eyes are over here. Yeah. Okay. Down. 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 Good boy. Oh, you good? A little slobbery? Yeah, she go, but yeah. Alright. Okay, he enjoyed that last treat of the night. Got a little slobber on my arm, but I'm okay with that. There we go. Alright, yeah. It's not terrible, dude. How many contracts did you buy? Not financial advice. I mean, if it's like 10 cents, I might just buy 10. It's just $100. I mean, literally, that's how much I put in my account just now. $100. That's it. And so, because of the 65-cent contract fee, I'd probably buy 9. If I'm lucky, I'll pull up that picture again. If I'm lucky with this one, I would say this one at 9. I might buy the $6 one with 9 and see if somebody sells it to me. Maybe I'll do 8. Maybe somebody sells it to me for that. Maybe I can buy an extra one or something like that. But let's see. I don't think there's much of a difference between literally 7 and 8. So maybe I'll try to go for the 8 and just kind of YOLO it in. It is 7. It's 2 months. That's not a lot of time. 2 months. What? 2.5 months. Again, I'm trying to guesstimate where this could be sometime Friday, potentially, maybe even Monday, unfortunately for me, because of how money settles here. I'll go with $8 calls. I will try to buy them at 7 cents, at most 8. And so maybe I'll buy 10 calls, 11 calls, but still $100. Because again, if you kind of keep track of these, and this is why I liked having whale trades back in the day. You can kind of keep track of the price action of this type of stuff. Let me see if I can go to, I don't have the app anymore, do I? Pulse. No, it's okay. You know, you could bet that thing was, you know, maybe $8, $9 a few days ago. So imagine it going from like 8 cents to $8. You know, it's a hard thing to do. Don't get me wrong. It's a YOLO here, but that's kind of what I'd be looking at. If you wanted to, if you had more than $100 and you can kind of do the extra contracts, which I forgot about when I was doing this, you might aim for that, you know, $4, $5 one. Doesn't matter to me too much, you know, the difference in those, because again, you saw how it still has a pretty high short interest, the 96%. It's probably around 90% to 85 right now, to be honest, because that last pop we had, but I could still see it going up. It still has a low market cap, you know, it doesn't really have to go really far. You go over here towards Finviz. FFIE, and then you kind of zoom in here a little bit. That market cap is 245. You know, that's fine. Let's give it a shot. You know, you guys don't have to follow me on that one. That one's just a pure fun yellow one. But I'll keep you updated about what happens when I'm able to actually trade it. When I'm actually able to buy it. There's a little bit of a difference there because I can't buy it right now or tomorrow. You know, but yeah, probably 8 to 10, something like that. All right, there we go. I think that's fine for now. But okay, everybody, I'm gonna call it a night right now. I'm gonna go to bed, get some sleep. That way I can stream with you guys tomorrow. There could be another opportunity. You should keep track of Bitcoin over tonight. And yeah, I did do an interview with him. You guys could see it if you want to. Derek Sue, yeah, he's a really chill guy. I'll share the link tomorrow when I can find it. The guy's a really nice guy. I met him at a conference a few months ago, and we just like chatted. He's like, "Hey, can I interview?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." But yeah, so keep track of everything going on right now, guys. It's going to be a very volatile night. Don't get me wrong. If Bitcoin's popping off in the next hour or something before I go to bed, I'm probably gonna go to bed around like 1 o'clock or something. I'll hop back online and I'll start streaming again as Bitcoin maybe makes a play for 72,000, whatever. And I'll keep you guys updated. But I want to make sure I get my rest because typically I like to stream it later in the night, and I don't want to I don't want to have to wake up late tomorrow because I might stream sometime in the morning. Morning my time, not morning your time and stuff like that. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody, and hope you guys all have a good rest of your night. I mean, look at that. Bitcoin's at big level of resistance. We're going to see if it can make a pop. I'm long on a whole bunch of stuff. My portfolio is up $571. It was up $500 at the beginning of the stream. Something is obviously moving in my portfolio, but I don't know what actually. So that's kind of fun to see. What is moving in my portfolio right now? I have no idea. RLC? No. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Jasmine. I don't know. But anyway, hope you guys are all having a good day. Money's flowing into the coffers, so to speak. So if you guys have been dollar cost averaging with me, you're finally, and I'm sorry, finally, I know finally, we're making some good profit here, and we should see some good economic data hopefully tomorrow, or bad economic data slowing down. That makes everything good for us. All right. Thanks, everybody.